is this good? Can you hear me
I'm
okay? Or am I
ready.
quiet?
Yeah.
You're a tinge quiet, but your audio is fine.
Better?
That's probably better. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know why, but OBS is like, there's no noise happening on your computer.
Man,
So-
do you want me to kill OBS for you?
Yeah, that'd be sick.
You're welcome. I'll get on it.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go live. Cue the music, Deej.
Wait, are you gonna go live on Twitch without sound anyway?
I'm
or-
gonna see if it does it, because
Oh.
maybe it's just like a thing like.
Okay, well, we have
Because
Sarah's anyway. So.
normally the audio bars like move, you know, when there's
Yeah.
audio detected, but it's not doing it.
You might need either to, I don't know if OBS gets like an update or something, or if you just need to restart your computer.
It-
If not,
It updated automatically before last session, but it's still like the audio still moved.
let's tune into the stream and see if you have audio.
We immediately get
Well,
one.
somebody
here.
tune in and listen and see if there's, because otherwise I'm just gonna get an echo if there is actually audio. Just
Okay. Well, I guess I can't turn this down. 'Cause this would... No,
My favorite streamer is live.
I'm not getting any.
there's no audio.
No audio. No.
Also,
That's awful.
John
Alright.
John came up with a
Stopping the
fantastic idea earlier today that I think he should share with the class on how to increase our subscription counts on
Oh
both.
yeah.
You gotta share this. This is your idea. I'm not gonna take it.
So we really got to get into like the influencer grind set. So Ben and Katie, as part of your registry, you should require that everyone has to subscribe to Jenna on Twitch as part of the
Yes!
registry.
Yes.
And then we will do that for our weddings as well.
Oh yeah.
That's enough to start getting like.
I don't want people.
But we do that. We start
Oh,
getting like.
no.
We start getting sponsors. We have enough numbers to get sponsors, and then it just spirals from there. It's
If
like
we all have. Okay, let's do some quick maths. Okay, if we all have, if a subscription on Twitch is $6 a month, oh, the song ended. If a subscription on Twitch is $6 a month, if we all have weddings that have like 100 people, say, that's like $600. No, 300. Wait,
You can
So
do it.
gets cut in
300
half.
$1,800, right, total a month.
and then we divide that by 6.
That's a rent, baby.
And I don't even think we should divide this by 6 because it should be evenly split, where Jenna gets like a more consummate amount because Jenna puts in more work than we do. So like I don't know how that math would work, but
Yeah, but I do a lot of the work while I'm at work, so I'm already being paid to
nah,
do it.
boo. That's nah. Okay, we would each get $300 a month if we made that much per month. So
That's a new computer in just
That's-
a couple months, guys. Like,
yeah, we just we donate all of our money to
computers for
Jenna.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody, almost everybody needs new computers.
We'll donate our funds, John and I,
What?
because we don't need a new computer. Oh, you don't want to share?
No.
Hey Jenna, where's the last time we saw our Heroes of Hyrule?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Last
Jenna, I
we
didn't mean that.
saw our heroes of Hyrule. They had departed. Wait, Sarah, are you recording?
Yep.
Okay, good. They had departed from saving a dragon at the Spring of Wisdom atop Mount Lanayru, teleporting to Tabantha, where they traversed the Tanagar Canyon until reaching a forgotten temple at its north end. Upon entering, 11th Hour was met with a barrage of guardians, glowing white and defending the Great Fairy Leiho's grotto at the back of the temple. Though it took some time, our heroes managed to defeat all 12 guardians and faced the fairy's bulb. Aquila caught the attention of Leiho, offering the claw shots she had made for herself as a gift to the fairy. Despite being a Hylian, this touched the heart of the loner fairy, and she entertained the questions of our heroes. They learned that the Yiga were stealing the stable teleporters to build an impossibly powerful teleportation device, potentially capable of summoning something large across the plains and across time. They learned that the energy source known in the modern day as Sheikah energy is ancient and has been studied for thousands of years by different peoples. If Aquila follows the schematic, she can craft items using the vessels that channel the ancient power. Before she reveals the secret of controlling guardians, Leho issued a challenge, that 11th hour venture into the labyrinths, built in dedication to the Great Fairy, and solve what lies within in order to gain her favor. Specifically, the labyrinth to the north of her grotto, less than a 2-day journey from there. Finally, our heroes left her alone and split up, leaving Aquila behind to loot the Guardian husks as the rest of 11th Hour teleported with the Sheikah Slate to Akala Tower atop Akala Citadel. It was dark and rainy, but they managed to descend to South Akala Stable below without alerting any Guardian Skywatchers around the tower. Upon landing, they found that construction at this once decimated stable was well underway, only paused for the weather and the night. All had retreated to their tents except a small figure lit by a faint candlelight across the way. As our heroes made their way over, they found Miss Fosia, the owner of Eponico, saying a prayer over the 2 memorials to her parents that stood here. Excited to see 11th Hour, but disappointed Aquila was missing, our heroes brought Miss Fosia back with them to the Forgotten Temple, where Aquila had already spent a few hours finding ancient parts. Pausing for the evening, Miss Fosia recounted the long-winded tale of her life. How as a girl she adopted a beautiful stallion and joined a group of adventurers in a post-calamitous Hyrule, how her parents came to obtain control of the stable network they know today, and how their rivals still plague Annie Fosia. At the end of her monologue, Fosia confessed her desire to preserve the sanctity of Eponico and offered the deed to the company to 11th Hour, and specifically Aquila, having been aware of the Hylian girl from Dueling Peaks long before she made the journey to Wetland Stable to escort Fosia to the Horse Festival many months ago. This was a protective measure in the event that a vengeful Nozo finds her in her old age following the death of his son, Don. As the rest of 11th Hour went to rest for the night, Aquila remained awake, spending hours recovering as many ancient parts as she could from each defeated guardian. At the night's end, our heroes fast-traveled to the newly acquired shrine at South Akala Stable, returning Fosia to where she had been, and unveiling the daytime activity at the location. As many people moved about, working together to construct the new structure, our heroes found themselves among a few familiar faces. Though Lydian managed to obtain information regarding the path to Foothill Stable, a day's journey away, he and the rest of 11th Hour were tangled up in the uncomfortable relationship that they themselves had set in motion not long ago. Karsh, the glass-blowing Gerudo searching for a Hylian man with a pulse, was now dating Isra, the thirsty treasure hunter our heroes had awkwardly encountered at Wetland Stable. As the lovely couple walks away from an unpleasant conversation, that is where we find our heroes now. 11th Hour, you find yourselves early in the day at South Akala Stable. Leaving now would mean reaching Foothill Stable, situated at the gateway to Eldin, right at nightfall, where you've heard there is an alchemist who specializes in fire-resistant potions. That being said, here in the company of Miss Fosia, is there anything else you'd like to do here before departing?
Hey guys, let's just follow the big ominous voice in the sky that said we need to depart to the next stable.
Yeah, I trust that voice.
What are you guys talking about?
It's like well, I don't know. Inari has a history of hearing voices. I do too. It's fine.
We do need to go. We need to go.
Should we talk to anybody else at the stable? Like, Jenna, what other patrons are around that might be of interest?
There is the family that you guys first met here. You had saved the majority of them from the events at the Horse Festival. It would be Dimitri, his wife Tene, their daughters Jana and Glima. Also his sister Kafia, who Natara you knew from staying here for a couple nights. There's also Ash and the elderly gentleman from Woodland Stable, who was fearful of the owner's return from the Horse Festival. And his twin grandchildren, Molo and Shimei, who are working to help rebuild the stable as well. Those are the familiar faces that you guys would recognize here.
Okay. If it's early enough, my vote is that we try to navigate to Foothill Stable.
Yeah.
Agree.
I was looking at the map, and it looks like, depending on how large this like river gap, I think it was like a river gap is, like, we'll maybe cut some time off of the. It's like a lake. Might be able to cut some time off of that.
Do we want to ask anyone before we go, like for directions?
Didn't we ask someone for directions? They said to go.
Just follow the river then?
Karsh
This is
told
west,
Lydian
right?
to follow the path and take the first right to get to Foothill Stable. I will say that it looks flat on the map, but it is actually seriously rocky, like mountainous type terrain, like steep. Not like mountain good for traversing with Natara, like climbing, and descending and climbing and descending and descending and descending, like that kind of thing.
Okay. Well, I can fly, so
So Lydian doesn't care what happens to the rest of you.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm like suggesting. I'm just suggesting that if we like get like that far,
I have spider climb prepared, so I can
Oh,
always
yeah.
upcast it and onto me and someone else.
Let me double check. Sonari might have.
Literally, like, to simplify things, it would probably take you guys the same amount of time because you're cutting, like, but you are encountering more terrain and you're
Oh, I
casting
thought you-
spells and
I'm
burning.
sorry. I thought you were describing the path was like.
No,
was
it's cutting
ups and
across is like very mountainous. There's a path, it's like a gravel path, and it is like hilly, but it's the path that people take for a reason,
Okay. Well,
as are all
Sure.
the paths in
I
Hyrule.
don't really see a problem with the path.
Yeah, I'm just trying to save us some time here.
I'm exclusively saying that we go part of the way down the path, and then rather than loop around this like lake thing, someone cut across the lake and then cut back across the lake.
No, it is
Yeah,
like
that's probably
Wait a
fine.
second.
like the stable. The star that we see on the map is not Foothill Stable, right? That's South Akala.
No, we're at.
This is Foothill. You guys are
That's
around the
Foothill?
red circle.
Oh.
You guys are here.
That's
Okay,
south.
I thought we needed to go west, not southwest.
And for whatever reason, this map does not have the paths that go in this area, but it just kind of goes like south and then southwest and then does loop around
I see.
the lake
So-
there.
So he was trying to like go down and then cut across the lake. Okay.
Which, like, yeah, you know what? I'd say, like, you know, you guys are a little bit into the day at this point because you did travel from, like, fast travel from, what's it called? Forgotten Temple, and you've been here and talking to people a little bit. I'd say that you would get there just before nightfall if you wanted to take the path, and then once you got to the lake, fly across.
Okay. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
You guys gain virtually nothing. Good job.
We did it. Guys, we found the most efficient path.
It's worth it. It's worth it.
We
we-
need like an onset button where like we hit it and then that's our communication to Jenna that this is we're going and now you need to narrate what happens and we need to shut up and stop talking about what fucking path we're taking.
We A-starred our way to it.
It doesn't matter. Like, all you're doing is now avoiding, like, one person that I put on the path that's, like, when you, the
Yeah,
path
we don't
turns
want to talk to
uphill.
that bozo.
That guy.
It was cute! He's a cute little Goron guy, but no, you know,
Don't care.
fuck him. You guys are
Fuck
just gonna
that
skip
guy.
him.
We're
Alright.
up against the clock. We got to get there as fast as
Yeah,
possible.
we're the
Man, we
heroes of Hyrule.
We have to clip through the lake.
Wait, John. What is the new name for us as well?
Sorry, we're the board now.
For the board.
The board.
What?
The board of directors of the
We're the
of
board
the
of directors of
Avonica.
the stable company.
Oh my gosh, okay.
I'm gonna add that and unethical gang to my sheet. Jenna, for the love of God, make us walk.
You're okay, oh my gosh.
Jenna, why are you specifically stopping us right now?
Fuck you guys, you're taking the path the whole way. We're gonna do my little thing, okay?
No!
No.
You up earlier.
Fine.
I'm sorry. I'm backseat DMing too much.
Holy
Live through
shit. You guys Do you have horses? That's probably a better discussion.
No.
Nah.
I have a
No,
horse.
are there horses around?
You should all just be paladins.
You would have to
Can
travel.
I change my class?
You should all be paladins so we can have a thing that's slower than a horse.
Hey, I could have a horse if I wanted. I'm just doing it for the aesthetics.
If you guys went north, that's where the horses are for this stable. Unfortunately. So, well, you guys set out on foot, probably Inari on a Tiri, for the sake of,
Good.
you know, having a Tiri. Easy enough. You don't have to if you don't want to.
No,
But
that's
you
fine,
guys
that's good.
set out south, following the path. You cross over as you ascend the hill that is south of South Akala Stable. You see a bridge that I believe you guys have crossed before. The Akala Citadel span. Old bridge, falling apart at this point, but stable sturdy nonetheless. Crossing over. There are, ruins to the east in the valley below this bridge, and you come across on the other side and hit this gravel path, and pretty much you just follow this gravel path along the foot of a massive cliff face to the east, and follow it as it winds down, passing by a few trees, some squirrels, birds, things, move by as you guys walk. But I wanted to ask, as you guys are setting off here for sort of like the start of like the next adventure, going to Eldin, a place none of you, I don't think, have ever been
I've been
before.
there.
Okay, that was my hesitation. Most of you have not been before. So I would like to sort of take a moment to ask what's on everybody's mind as you are traversing this hilly, gravelly landscape, walking alongside each other. Lydian, we start with you.
I think my main thing is, like, we've jokingly antagonized Bogey and his friends for this whole time, and knowing that one of them is Ionia's father, I feel like Lydian is kind of conflicted on, like, what do we do when we get there? Like, are we going to have to take the teleporter thing by force? Or, like, I don't want to hurt them if they don't need to, but, and Lydian's whole thing is that, like, unless something is a monster of Ganon, I'm not going to, or a Yiga for that matter, I'm not going to go out of my way to hurt it. So I'm not actually super aggressive about the upcoming gang that we're about to run into, but I don't know. It's just kind of like, it's like when memes become real. It's like, oh, well, I don't know if the joke's ruined or better.
Fair. Going around, Lorhannon, what is on your mind as you guys are making your way to Foothill Stable?
I am like, sorry. I am in a mindset of like, I need to win. Like, kind of like a hating the Yiga, like, it would not be acceptable if we don't succeed here.
Natara, what about you? What's on your mind?
She's probably thinking about like how many waves of Yiga are going to be coming after sorry, them, and if we find them, then also after us, just like trying to figure out how much we'd have to deal with. Yeah.
Yeah. Akila?
I probably have a similar sort of mindset as Lydian of not sure what to make of this group. We've talked a lot of shit about them, but we're considering that, like, in her mind it would be that they seem like they're basically a step above some brigands, of just a roving band of rowdy people They stole from a stable that endangered our lives, but on the same hand, them having it and us not having it has prevented the Yiga clan from accomplishing whatever goal they're trying to set out to do. So it's a mixed bag. I'm Akila's probably groggily trying to think of ways to prevent anything from hostile from happening between us.
Excellent points. And Inari, what's on your mind?
I feel like Inari's gone through a lot of identity altering events in the past couple days slash weeks. And so she's still a little unsure of herself and like what she is defined by, but the one consistent that she has always been defined by is enjoying killing Yiga. And so I think there is like the concern of like what is Bogey's gang gonna be like, and she's a little nervous about interacting with another Gerudo there, but mostly it's like she's thinking of the waves of Gerudo and she's like, I'm psyched. This is gonna be great. Like she's already. It's like that meme where the woman has like math equations around her head, but she's planning out like every single move that she's gonna get to do, and she's like really excited. So
Yeah, you guys making your way down this pretty serene, peaceful landscape, kind of lost in thought. You see that up ahead there is a man on a horse coming your direction, traveling in the opposite direction as you guys. As you get closer, he hails you, the greeting. Interesting group you have here.
Can I make an insight check to make sure he's not evil?
Would you like to insight to see if he's evil, or investigation to see if he's a Yiga in disguise?
Investigation.
Yeah, that's what I figured you were trying to do.
21.
Good roll.
There is no disguise on this man.
Okay.
You are all quite adept at identifying Yiga illusions, and this is just a man on a horse.
I reflect on the kind of person that I have to be to now check to see if this man's a terrorist before interacting with a friendly stranger.
What brings you, why are you all heading southwest here from Akala?
Hello, we're on the way to Foothill Stable, just around this lake.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I was just staying there myself for the night. My name's Zerona, by the way. Local mystery buff. Have you guys heard any interesting rumors? I'm just always looking out to see if there's anything unusual people have seen that I can investigate.
you're not a rumor mill employee, are you?
That magazine?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, I investigate real mysteries.
Oh, okay. This is I like this guy.
He said.
I like
He
this
said.
guy. I like this vote.
Magazine.
Oh yes.
Well, I mean, our group has been traveling plenty for the past months, or maybe even a year at this point. What? I don't know. What kind of mystery? I mean, like, what are you interested in?
Well, I've just kind of come from sort of the northern Great Forest area. You know, I had heard rumors of mysterious sightings around Korok Forest, but I was actually attacked when I tried to investigate the Lost Woods. So I woke up at Woodland Stable, I recovered, and now I'm heading to northern Akala. I heard that there is... Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You heard that there's what?
Just heard that there is a where's the word? What did I call it? Oh, I heard that there is sort of a feral subrace of Hylians far north in Akala, so I'm going to see if I can investigate that next.
Okay, noted. What were you attacked by in the forest?
You know, I've tried really hard to remember, and when I do, I can recall seeing a red pair of eyes before the attack, but then the next thing I knew, I was in a bed at Woodland Stable.
Can I cast detect thoughts on this guy?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Um, I mean, surface thoughts is he's excited to be talking to an eclectic group right now because he sees that you guys are sort of weathered and maybe have information that he can tell him, and so you can tell he's offering this information in the hopes that you guys give him something like back in exchange that he can investigate after where he's heading.
What's like a minor mystery that we don't really care about?
I once saw a ball of light fall from the sky. It was nowhere near here. It was in the Necluda region. So I'm sorry if that's not helpful, but I tried to run and find, where it impacted the earth, but became lost in the forest.
Mm. Yeah, that is sort of more of a rumor mill type of thing, like the more fantastical. Really more into things that have a bit more merit. Not that that doesn't, in the sense of I can go and investigate it, not just hope that I witness it. You know what I mean? But that's very exciting that you did see that.
Well, you can investigate it though. Like it is somewhere.
Oh, you're saying like, okay, yeah, actually that is fair. That's just very far. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
There's Zora's domain not far from here that I think they were like encountering some sort of catastrophe. I don't really know the details, but that's a
I heard
mystery.
it's been raining there.
It's been raining.
Yeah, like a lot, nonstop. It has not stopped raining.
Oh, well, that sounds like a catastrophe. Because at first thought you were overblowing it.
Oh.
Or I thought Sidon, our friend, was not friend. Stranger.
He's
Was
not.
he's. Have you heard anything from Sidon? Have you met Sidon? Prince Sidon?
Atara's like making a face.
No, I've never been never been to Zora's domain myself, but I have, in talking to other people, heard that the prince does travel with a group of
Merry men.
yeah, his
Okay.
Zoranauts.
Yeah. I don't know, gang. What's a mystery?
I'm trying to think. Is there anything we encountered in the desert that was funky or odd?
Well, like offhand, out of earshot of this guy, like there's like Satori Mountain and stuff, but I don't want to like give him
Do not do that.
power.
Do not.
Yeah,
Do
I
not.
don't want to like break open the floodgates.
The,
Like
the towers just randomly appeared one day.
Yeah.
that is a mystery to most people.
Whoa.
I mean, if we want to kill this guy, we could be like, dude, the Citadel's right there.
If we want to kill this guy, just like
I think this guy. I think that this guy is just fully making this stuff up.
What do you mean?
Reliable.
Oh, you don't think he's reliable?
I mean, you have
feral-
detect thoughts up. Would you like to try and delve into his mind?
Yeah, whatever. Let's go with his mind.
What is the save?
He has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. It's gonna be a 14.
That fails because my DC is a 15. He knows I'm reading his mind.
Like, why is he truly invested in these mysteries?
Yeah,
Exactly. That's what I want to know. It's like, is he just crazy or like?
You delve into his mind and you can get the sense that he has this like it's an ego thing. He has this self-inflated like I can solve mysteries. Like the mysteries genuinely interest him, but there's an aspect of like I can be the one to solve these mysteries. And so he's actively seeking like attainable things that he can like just go to and see for himself to see if he can figure stuff out.
Can I get a gauge of like how often he has been successful?
Um, every time, except for the Lost Woods. That was the first time that he really like found trouble because he sustained injuries. And I'd say, you're delving into his mind. I'd say you can like kind of get glimpses of what he kind of saw there. Like as you're trying to read his mind, you can see like in his mind's eye, like these misty woods and spooky trees, all like dead and awkwardly bent limbs. And the next thing you know, there's like a silhouette in the distance, just on like the edge of perception in the mist, and you can see the glowing red eyes. And then that's like it. That's all he has to go off of from being in there.
I think.
But yeah, he's actually pretty good at solving
Okay.
mysteries.
I have no idea if we, the characters, have heard about Colton at all. But like, that's the only thing.
Ooh.
I'm
I
trying
don't
to.
think we.
No.
No.
I don't think we do.
I have an idea for a mystery that I can send up like a wild goose chase essentially. Hey, buddy, and I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder. How tall is he? Is he as tall as me?
He's on a horse.
Okay. I am going to fly up and get on the horse with him, and then put my hand on his shoulder.
Good job.
And I'm gonna say, listen, buddy,
yeah.
listen. There's a triangle-shaped island in the southeast ocean of
Oh
Hyrule
no. Oh no.
that
Oh
has
my
magical
God.
properties, and we want you to investigate it. It apparently warps the abilities of any travelers who go there. It's a bit of a triangle of I can't reference Bermuda. And I'm kind of stuck.
Can Inari
it's-
can Inari
Sorry,
just
Inari-
like whisper, just go, show him the drawings we saw, like
oh
just
yeah,
draw those out
um,
on the dirt. Or
No,
something.
do not give him that. That actually might be important.
No,
I also think that's important.
I take the paper that has the sketch of Bogey and rip off the bottom of it, just where it's like a blank white piece of paper, and I like draw like 3 random symbols, and I'm like, we saw these symbols carved into the rock, and you need to investigate, see what they mean. It's a mystical island. I'm not bullshitting.
Give me a deception check.
Okay.
It's always
No,
always trustworthy when you say I'm not bullshitting.
Well, I mean, like, he came up to us because he trusted us, so. Deception. I have a +7.
Oh shit.
I got a dirty 20.
Yeah, he did not get anywhere near that. Yeah. Can I? You just drew it on something, right, Lydian? You just drew it on something. You said.
Yeah. Like,
Can I
yeah,
have that?
yeah. Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think I have my next set of adventures here. I'll finish my work in Akala, head down to Farron, see if I can find your ball of light, and then head to the Southeast Ocean, see if I can get to that island.
This guy's so dumb.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's
All right.
coming up to
Tell-
random strangers asking for quests, and it's just like, "Yep, I'm off to the jungle now."
All right, buddy. Tell Hylia we sent you.
What?
Tell Hylia we sent you. Yeah, I'll get off your horse.
So this man told us that there's a feral sub-race of Hylians in northern Akala.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Akala.
apparently the North like
He's
Sentinelese
never
that are
been
living
wrong-
in.
and since he's never been wrong before.
Oh, true. He's never been wrong. Okay, I guess we.
Well, with that, have a good one, and if I see you guys again, hopefully I have more mystery to reveal.
Cool. Thanks, buddy.
And he continues up the path, the opposite direction from you guys, heading north to northern Akala.
We go even faster to Foothill Stable.
Yeah, I mean, like it's a day. You're spending it, regardless. You're spending a day traveling. So you continue on, and you. Yeah, I guess yeah. You continue on, and then eventually you see another figure traveling in the opposite direction from you guys to kind of pass by. And this individual is a Goron, a smaller Goron, perhaps a bit younger, um, and he sees you guys and sort of like gets kind of nervous, and like you can see like a physical like nervousness as you approach, but not so much a fearful thing, but just in like a like what's the word,
Hesitant.
just kind of like um excited and nervous, that kind of nervousness. And he kind of stops, and you see him kind of like pull his pack off his back, and wait eagerly on the side of the road as you guys approach. And he goes, hi there. My name is Cairo. Would any of you be interested in purchasing gemstones?
This
do we
is
have
very
gemstones
sad.
to-
Like,
do we-
actually, no.
Do we have gemstones to solo? Do you think he would buy our gemstones?
Well, first off,
Do we know he? I don't know if he would give us a good deal, because maybe he'd stiff us because he's like used to dealing with.
No, but he's like a kid though.
He's
we could probably
cute.
stiff him.
He's adorable.
All right. Hey.
No.
We are not messing. We are not.
Okay,
doing that.
I'm not saying we should. I'm just saying we could, because I don't know if he knows what they're really worth.
I'll greet him in Goron and ask him like what kind of gems he has.
Oh, in Goron back, he responds to you. Oh my goodness, you speak Goron too? Yeah, I have amber, opals, rubies, sapphires, topaz. I have all kinds of gems at a fair price too.
He's so cute.
It sounds like crunching rocks, like literally the gravel under your feet, guys. It kind of sounds like that when he speaks.
Yeah, Goron sounds like you're eating rock.
I'll tell the rest of the people what he's saying to Lord Hannon, because I also speak Goron.
Damn.
We'll look at the group
Oh,
and
sorry. I speak Hylian too, which you guys know because I was. But this would be my first sale. Honestly, I just left Goron City. That's where I'm from. That's my hometown. And I started out working at the Goron Hot Springs, but I really like gems, and I wanted to build a life for myself selling those instead. And I kind of get to see the world too, so I'm really excited.
I'm gonna start
Oh, boy.
sobbing.
Oh my god. This guy's very
Katara's
sweet.
like,
Do we gotta buy something from him, gang?
I
Does he
think not only
have diamonds?
he does not have diamonds.
He does not
That's
have
the one. That's the one he doesn't have.
I mean,
The one we kind of need.
what is the?
That's the one we want. Yeah.
What would be the cheapest?
Probably.
Probably like amber.
Is this like we're pity buying lemonade from a lemonade
Yeah.
stand?
It's not a lemonade stand, guys. This is a gem. This is a gemstone. We could just tell him no politely. That's
We
fine.
we just talked last session about how we spend all of our money on stupid shit.
Yeah.
We, no. Guys, we need to buy something from him so we can try and get him to talk about Loki.
Do you
Oh,
think
right.
he knows Ogi? I don't think all Gorons know
He
each other.
worked at the hot springs though, and
Boogie
Bogey was at the hot springs.
Loki was definitely at a hot spring.
That's so true.
Okay. That's
All right, good plan.
what's it called? I don't know. I forget the expression, but you proved me wrong, I guess.
We don't have any opal, so if he has an opal, we'll buy an opal, make it the longest transaction possible. Like, our rupees are hidden deep in our bag of holding, and we need to, like...
Sure. I'm sorry. What did you say your name was?
I'm Cairo.
Cairo. How do you spell that, Kai?
I've never had a nickname before.
Oh my
It's so
God.
cool being out in the world. It's Kiro. Cairo.
Nice, strong name. Your family must be proud.
Thank you.
Listen, pal. And I mean that affectionately, not sarcastically.
He nods eagerly.
we may be interested in buying an opal from you.
I have 4.
That's awesome. That's so good. How much do they go for?
Okay. Normally, opals can be kind of expensive, but I find these myself, and I sell them at a pretty good deal. So you could get this opal for 80 rupees.
I don't know if that's what they're worth, but I feel bad. So, I'll be like, yeah, sure, absolutely. I will dig in the bag of holding, feel for the rupee wallet, specifically, like, spill it out and, like, try to, like, catch the rupees, like, again and, grab, like, okay, 1, 2. Hey, by the way, Cairo, you said you worked at Hot Springs, right?
Yeah.
What was that like? I mean, did you meet any interesting folks there, or have any stories?
Oh, yeah. Pretty much every Goron who's ever been goes to the hot springs. It's the Goron Hot Springs, you know?
Mhm.
And I worked there as an attendant, and, I pretty much knew everybody.
Oh, yeah. Did you meet anybody named Bogey? We heard stories about him.
Bogey, you say?
Yes.
The guy.
Everyone goes to these hot springs except this bozo.
I can't say that I know anybody by the name of Bogey. I know
Yeah.
I know a Bo Rin. Is
Mm,
that who
no.
you're thinking of, maybe?
With another group kind of like us. With like a Gerudo and Dorito.
What she said.
I'll give it another roll because you're throwing in the rest of them. Yeah, you know what? I think kind of recently there was a pretty eclectic group that came through. Kind of like you guys a little bit. But they didn't stop at the hot spring. I think that they went right to the restaurant nearby. What the fuck is the restaurant called? I don't have it on this doc.
Cairo, you shouldn't use such language.
That's Jenna. Where is it? Oh, I don't have. I'd have to go back and find whatever the heck that was called. But yeah, they weren't at the hot springs, but they were nearby. I did see a bunch of people in like the flame-proof armor, so that they wouldn't get burnt. But Gorons naturally have a resistance to such things.
Right.
Naturally.
Do you know any tips about how to beat the heat in Eldin? We know that somebody sells some elixirs, but do you have any other ideas?
That's Miss Gale. She makes all the elixirs. Stable. I just saw her when I was there. But yeah, you can make them yourself. Sometimes she has people, kids, go and catch the fireproof lizards for her. I've done that before when I was a kid, but I'm older now, so I don't do that anymore.
Gotcha. Fireproof lizards. That's wonderful.
Oh, also the smoldering butterflies too. Smolder wing butterflies.
Thank you. That's really helpful. I've pulled out 63 rupees by now.
All green rupees. Well, I'm gonna have change forever when when I encounter more customers. So thank you very much.
Do I stop at 70 and say, "Oh, sorry, we only have 70"?
No, don't
No, you cannot.
Natara would not let you do
No,
that.
and Ari
Okay,
wouldn't
you're right,
either.
you're right. With the peering eyes of Natara specifically, like, she makes sure I count out 80 of them, and you're like, keep going. Stop. Like, okay, here's 82 rupees, and you can keep the change.
Really? Oh, gee, you guys are the best. Here, this is the biggest opal that I have. All yours.
He's
He
so...
gives you guys an opal, and it's slightly larger than the other opals that you've had.
He's so
Uh,
adorable. Oh my god.
Awesome. Do we have an opal category?
Yes.
Okay. I'll subtract the rupees. Somebody else add the opal.
Okay.
Oh, you guys are the best. I'm so excited. What are all your names? I'll never forget it.
Oh my god.
I'm Lydian.
I'm Natara.
I'm Inari.
I'm Lorahan.
Aquila.
Oh, thank you guys. I'm so happy. I'm so super excited that I sold a gem, my first one. Oh, thank you guys.
Of course. Now, listen, bud. When you go out, I don't know how far you plan on traveling. Just be careful out there. There are gonna be people that are, gonna be hardened and drive a tougher bargain than we did for you. So make sure you stay vigilant and, stay rocky.
You got it, Lydian. Have a good day, everybody. Thank you very much. And he will start to pack up his bag. It is oversized. It's a bag for a fully grown Goron, and he is not a fully grown Goron
Good
yet.
stuff. Good stuff.
God.
But then he continues to waddle on up the gravel path the opposite way from
He
you guys.
is so
This
doomed.
This is so
Is he not rolling?
He has a backpack.
man.
He can't
Oh.
can't roll.
the voice that you used for him. This is really good because like he's so cute. Oh my god.
He is so
Um,
doomed,
I
though.
have-
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fucked. But I have a note that he will be super excited if anyone buys a gem from him, even just one.
Oh my god.
Alright, well, our bid for
He's
information
growing a
did not
small
go up.
business.
Yeah. Well, he's not very, like, he doesn't have the business savvy yet of, like, driving I don't know, making it, like, a hard-to-want product. He's like, oh, please, anybody!
Well, you guys, having paused twice in your travels, eventually reach the upper, like, cliff sides of the eastern shores of the lake that separates you from Foothill Stable. You can already see the sort of like smoke rising and the horse statue far off in the distance. If you guys would like to fly across Cephalo Lake here, you can. And this is it's the afternoon. It'll be a little bit of flying. You guys certainly can do it.
I don't know if anything's gonna happen in the meantime, but I'm gonna play the stable music anyway. Anticipating that we get there. If we get, swarmed by geese or something, I'll pivot.
You guys, in your various ways, I imagine, fly across the lake. It is not a very big lake, one of the largest in the Akala Eldin region, but clearly independent from the heat of Eldin and Death Mountain, as it is not steaming. You target a sort of a piece of land that stretches out over the lake a little bit, because there is a shrine here that you guys can add. So you fly across land safely on the other side at this shrine and register it as another waypoint of travel, and you now have a shrine near Foothill Stable. You all descend the hill, is at a higher elevation, and make your way down just as the sun is sort of beginning to set here. And you arrive at a stable kind of reminiscent of Dueling Peaks in the sense that there are other buildings on the campus here. Most stables, the people that work there live inside the stable, in the inn section where visitors can stay. But this one has a separate small building as part of it. There are probably as many donkeys as there are horses here. And I think that Natara is the only one that's ever been here, because I don't think you guys have ever come to Foothill Stable before. Is that correct? So, Natara, this is a familiar place. You literally slept in Cephala Lake below, what you guys just crossed. But what would you guys like to do here? There is a, as you kind of round to the front of it, a man with a square face, tired eyes, 5 o'clock shadow behind the desk. There is another man with long black hair, sort of lounging against the entrance post to the stable, where the sleeping area, sort of chatting with the man behind the desk. There is a lovely woman with copper hair in the stable uniform, sweeping around the horses, as well as by the fire. There is a very smiley Goron and a, from even a distance, obviously sweaty, middle-aged Hylian man with like a brownish blonde hair, who is cooking at the fire currently. So, what would you guys like to do?
I'll pop by the fire, personally.
And Ariel go with the Lydian. Just I'm intrigued.
Anybody else going over to the fire? Or are the rest of you kind of keeping a distance and assessing the area?
I'll go up to the guy at the counter.
I'll
Okay.
follow Lorhannon.
And Atara, what are you doing?
She'll also go with Aquila and Orhanon.
Okay. Starting there, you guys, 3 of you approach the counter, and the man with the long black hair pauses his conversation, smiles at you guys friendly, and the man behind the desk goes, hello, excuse me, welcome to Foothill Stable. My name is Azunda. I am the manager of the stable. Are you all looking for beds this evening?
Not necessarily. Well, we expect to stay the night, but we're planning on heading up the mountain tomorrow, and we were wondering, what should we do to be prepared? How can we, gather supplies?
The man standing off to the side with the black hair sort of chuckles and goes, you guys aren't going to do that. I'd suggest not. It's simply been far too dangerous ever since Death Mountain's been erupting.
I wish we had a choice, but our mind has been made up.
Well, and I'd say that Azunda behind the desk answers, well, if that's the case, I'd recommend talking to Gale. She's over there, she works for the stable. She has a side business making potions and elixirs. I'd say that she'd probably be able to hook you up with some ways to mitigate the heat, the fire, mostly the fire, but absolutely be careful, because it is certainly not safe.
Is the danger from the eruption or monsters?
Well, there are monsters from the eruption, so I guess it's all from the eruption. Do you need anything specific that you're looking for help with?
look to my companions.
Natara will ask if he knows what kind of monsters
Oh,
there
I
have
mean,
been.
I've heard reports of all kinds of fire type of creatures. Geese that are made of fire, imagine that. Uh, small, round, gelatinous monsters of lava and fire. Rocks that move and are made of molten rock. All kinds of fiery creatures. Not pleasant. Not to mention the honestly even worse environmental effects. I mean, Myro, you could probably tell them a bit more about that. Gesturing to the man with the dark hair. Yeah, I typically would travel from Goron City to here, and there are now bombs of magma that rain from the sky, and sometimes the paths are just totally engulfed in lava, and not to mention the ash. Whew, if you get caught in ash, good luck to you.
I suppose it sounds like things are more dangerous than we had suspected.
I mean, but none so more than we've sort of grown used to, I would imagine.
Sure,
Okay.
I'm not deterred. Really don't have a choice.
Hey, it's up to you guys. And Azunda will say, well, if you're looking for a bed, please let me know. And other than that, I think Gale's over by the horses and donkeys. Unless you guys have anything else to say to these two gentlemen. Good. Meanwhile, Inari and Lydian head to the fire. There are, as mentioned, people here. Smiley Goron, as mentioned, with a white ponytail atop his head and a headband made of rope just above his eyes. He has a large burlap backpack with a lantern strapped to the side beside him, and he is sort of chatting with the man that is here, the Hylian gentleman, with like a brownish blonde hair, square head, who is moist. He is sweating. He is sitting over the fire, adding ingredients to the cooking pot, preparing a dish for himself, and he is sort of like the one pushing the conversation forward, sort of. He kind of says, but I don't even know, like, is the way that I would be traveling even the best way that I should be traveling? Should I check my map, or will opening it just cause it to go up in flames? I don't know. And the Goron is just like, well, I recommend just not going altogether. I closed down my tours because it's just simply too dangerous, even for me, and I'm a Goron. I just really recommend not doing it. And then the sweaty man is just like, but I really needed to, I think. I don't know what to do. And the two of you come into the conversation, joining at two stumps nearby the fire, and that's what you hear before they both look at you.
How do you do, fellas?
Sorry,
Oh, I'm great. Oh, my name is Bolden. I'm the ambassador of the tourism in all of Goron City and everywhere in between. Pleasure to meet you.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
great. We're on the way to Goron City anyway, so.
That's a shame because I'm not doing tours anymore.
Well, we have pretty urgent matters up in Eldin, so we're gonna be headed there anyway. Tell me, I know that there's some, I believe it's called Flamebreaker armor available in in Goron City. Do you know how much that goes for offhand? Just so we know.
I do. I get asked that question all the time. You better have a lot of rupees because, I mean, the armor itself, between the chest portion and the leg portion for you Hylian and more humanoid type folks, 600, 700 rupees respectively. And then
boy.
if you want to protect your face, which is pretty important because I believe most feathers and hair is not made of rock. He kind of like taps the ponytail on top of his head. The headpiece gonna cost you a whopping 2,000 rupees.
Do you know if there's some sort of like resellers market or treasure that we could find for this, or like any way we could get a discount on these prices? They seem pretty exorbitant.
They're exorbitant for a reason. I mean, protects you from fire. It's not called fireproof, or I mean, we call it fireproof, but it's damn close to fireproof.
Maybe
I love him.
Maybe we just need to make those potions. I think we're just.
I know, but I don't know how long those potions last.
I mean, we're just got to
we'll
make
find
a ton
out.
of them.
Sweaty, what's up with you?
I'm Gato. I really don't know. This man, he has like a traveler's sword and at his hip and a traveler's shield on his back, but boy is he a man of uncertainty. I really don't know what my deal is. Man, maybe I should use a fireproof elixir.
Well,
Will I even
wait a
be
minute.
able to obtain one? Where would I get one?
Wait a minute. Okay. Pause. Why do you need to go towards Death Mountain? Do you have anything? I guarantee that our plans are much more urgent than yours, but I will entertain whatever you're about to say.
I don't even know if I should try to traverse Death Mountain. Are there even people up there that I could sell to? I don't know.
Oh, you're a merchant.
What are you trying to sell?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
You okay?
Oh my
okay,
God.
buddy. Listen, I would probably. I'm no businessman. I'm no business person. But if I were you, I would establish my business where you can breathe like regular oxygen and survive in the regular environment. And then once that's established, then maybe expand into the regions that are kind of tougher to get to, or you don't start in the belly of the beast. You know what I mean? So just maybe try around Hyrule Field or something. There's plenty of people willing to buy and sell.
Maybe I haven't even made any of the right decisions in the past.
What? Okay, I'm so interested.
It's actually
mean-
crazy that we took literally 5 minutes for us to find a worse businessman than the lemonade stand kid.
Do you have a family? Where are you from?
Where the fuck are you from?
Like he's disappointing whoever he's from.
Jenna, read character details off for this sweaty Hyrulean man. I don't know what.
Huh.
Even if you have to make them up, it's fine.
From, Hateno.
You're from Ateno, right? Okay. Why'd you want to leave in the first place? You. I don't think you had anything to sell when you left, right? It seemed
No,
like you were-
I think I think I wanted to go on a journey, but, like, I can't even decide when my journey should end, you know?
Well, buddy, if you're not comfortable out here in the fields, like, you don't have to go on a journey. Not everybody who's great goes on journeys.
I just don't know if I should press on, if I should give up, or just take a nap.
Also, like, maybe you should take a nap. It sounds like you need one. But also, like, maybe for the first journey you ever take, you shouldn't pick, like, the most difficult region to journey through.
Yeah.
That maybe is another piece of advice I could give.
Have I ever made a right decision?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that your wooden shield is probably gonna catch on fire in the part of the region where air combusts. So
Oh my God.
So, I guess, like, should I just try to withstand the heat?
no,
Or-
buddy, we're not saying that at all. We've been saying no like multiple different ways, man.
I'll just end up sweating either way.
You know what? I have a great journey for you that still involves a lot of heat. Why don't you go on down to the southwest part of Hyrule? They have a great school for you in Gerudo Town.
He's literally not going to be able to get into Gerudo Town. Like, he's
He
not.
doesn't know that yet.
Why would you send him all the way there and set him up for further disappointment? You should go to, like, Zora's Domain or something.
No, it's
Rain's a lot there, but, like,
Listen,
it's better
just
than
go back
going to
to-
Gerudo
go back
Town
to
and not
Hateno.
getting in.
Hateno is a bustling new city that's up and coming, and they're even starting a Hateno 2 soon. Why don't you head there?
Oh, you could make some headway in Hateno too. Like, you'd be one of the first people there.
Founder.
It just reminds me of the current state of Hyrule. It's so bleak. I'm so worried.
I mean,
and
I
don't
think
know what
it's-
to do about it.
I think it's gonna be pretty bleak if you catch on fire, so maybe that's not the way to go.
I would, if you're gonna be journeying, you need to have a foundation in some sort of combat skills to defend yourself. Can you defend yourself? You have some equipment with you?
I have my traveler's sword, my traveler's shield, but if I encountered an enemy, I don't know if I should try and fight them or if I should try to flee.
Well,
One.
one what?
I'm not there. I'm sorry. I gotta stop
Yeah.
talking. I'm not there.
I'm just
So annoyed by this guy.
I found that like everything that he's saying is like making it worse. So listen. Okay. You have a lot going on. Where? Let me pull out a map. How far are you from Hateno? Listen.
Weeks.
Yeah, you're like weeks. You had to go through the Lanayru wetlands, is that right? And Kakariko village, maybe? Did you stop by there?
No, he wouldn't have had to go through Kakariko. But yeah, I went around the wetlands.
Okay. Cool. Okay. You traveled all the way here. Why did you pick Death Mountain as like your go-to spot?
I just can't make a decision. I started walking and I got here.
Okay. I'm gonna do you a favor and make a decision for you.
Wait, Lydian, can you
Why
share your
don't-
can you share your decision with me before you share it with him?
I was just thinking of Fly Home, buddy.
Oh.
Mr. Incredible thing.
I work alone.
Yeah, I was just gonna suggest that he goes back to Hateno because he has more business in Hateno. Like, he could even have vegetables in Hateno and sell those. He doesn't even know what he's gonna sell.
Yeah, maybe he needs to go home and he needs to do like a gap year
Yeah,
at home though, but not
This is a
travel.
middle-aged
not
man.
traveling. The
No-
opposite
no
of what
traveling
you do
gap
during a
year.
Gap year, yeah. Okay, listen. Me and my very tall friend have made a decision. You should probably go back to Hateno. Keep your wits about you, but especially because Hateno has a lot of good resources that would be exports, right? You know, when it's like supply and demand, right? So if you have resources in Hateno and they're not everywhere else, that means that the resources in Hateno will be valuable somewhere else. So you can take those tomatoes and whatever else you have there and spread them out to Hyrule in safe areas, in safe little pockets, not Death Mountain. I don't think vegetables are going to be very helpful to Death Mountain. But, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think I
All
get what
about
you're saying.
scarcity. It's
Yeah.
all about scarcity.
Yeah.
Scarcity. I think you're right. I think I should do that. Now I just gotta figure out where I should sleep tonight.
I mean, maybe not here. It kind of looks like you're not doing well here. I don't know. Maybe this climate doesn't agree with you.
He's very damp.
Just
Does he
using
smell
different words
like-
to describe how wet he is, and I don't like it.
But yeah, you guys.
Oh.
Conversation.
I'm sorry. I was gonna ask him what he's cooking, but I just got so sidetracked.
It smells good. It smells spicy.
Oh.
Do you want? You ask
Yeah,
him
could
what
I
he's
ask him
cooking?
really quick before we move on?
Yeah, this is a tough poultry curry. Really easy. Raw bird drumstick, Hylian rice, Goron spice, and Amaranth seasoning.
That's awesome. Do you do you have a price for that?
This is my food. Yeah, I probably. I don't know if I'm gonna pick the right price if I try and sell it to you guys.
Okay, Hey, listen, you have a talent. You can cook. You can just sell meals to people.
Maybe I could.
You could. You could start a chef business. You could start a restaurant, for fuck's sake.
A restaurant. What would I name it?
I don't know. What's your name? Sweaty McGee? I forget. Dado?
Dado.
Dado's Kitchen. Done.
Sweaty McGee.
God.
Okay. Yeah. I'll head back to
Lydia, we
Potato.
should invest in his small business. Grow our
I'm not gonna
empire.
throw this man rupees until he does something at all.
I'll go back to Potato, and I'll establish Dado's Kitchen.
Good. Collect a bunch of resources along the way, and then use those resources in your kitchen, cook for people, sell that food. Bam.
Wow.
You're happy.
What if I pick the wrong resources?
It doesn't matter what you pick. It just matters if you're happy. So, whatever the outcome of your decisions is the only thing that matters. And it doesn't matter if it's optimal or not. It's as long as you're having fun, it doesn't matter.
You're right.
Yeah, you gotta kind
you.
of be able to make some decisions when you have a business. So maybe that's like something you can practice on the way home. You know,
You can also outsource to like a decision manager or something, and like if you trust somebody or love somebody, you can have them make decisions for you while you just cook the food.
Do you want to make decisions for me?
Oh, absolutely not. No, I have to run a stable business.
Okay. Oh.
This is so fun. We became CEOs, and now we're like doing like grind set talks. We're going around, and we're
This is my TED talk.
yeah.
yeah.
guy.
This is the second business. We're like, you just pull yourself up by your bootstraps, man. Like we did. Inherit a company, and you'll be successful like us.
Listen, just have a rich ancestor, and you're fine. Anyway,
But the rest of the group finished their conversation over at the entrance to the front desk of the stable, and I assume regrouped
yes.
with the other two at the fire.
Natara is probably going to try and collect some bugs and lizards with her tightly woven net so we have extra supplies for elixirs.
Yeah. I'd say you would have to go a little bit of ways away, like out of line of sight of the group, just because of the way that the terrain is. But I'd say you certainly do that. Let me see. Do you have a tightly woven net, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think. How do I have this? Grappled. So. Do you have like a specific item for that already, or? Because I have an item here, but it's not what you have.
Oh. Feel like
You don't
in
have
the
it.
past I've been able to use a tightly woven net for things.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Okay.
There's a mechanic associated with this thing that you don't have, and I just wasn't sure if I've done that mechanic before. But go ahead and give me a survival check.
Oh, let's see it. Huge roll.
Yep.
That is a 15.
Yeah. Let me pull up Eldin.
Bugs.
Yeah, I'd say with a 15, you see mostly summerwing butterflies that you can go for, but there is one smolderwing butterfly. So I'd say you can, with some ease, because you do have this net, acquire 2 summerwing and 1 smolderwing butterflies. As you spend some time to do this. This isn't just like an instantaneous thing.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the rest of you over by the fire, what are you doing?
I got the butterflies added.
I don't necessarily want to regroup. I'm
Okay.
like so mission focused right now that it's like, okay, they said that woman over there is Gail. She's got the elixirs. Let's go talk to her.
Yeah. Is anybody going with Lorhannon?
I'll go with.
Yeah, I'll continue following him.
Okay. Anara, you staying by the fire?
I'll stay by the fire.
Yeah, you're hanging out by the fire. Lydian, you see Lorhannon and Aquila head the woman over by the small house who is sweeping by the stable around like the donkeys and the horses. And the three of you convene at her. And she is a very lovely woman, like this kind of curly copper hair falls just past her shoulders. And she has the the full uniform of the stable, the hat, the vest, everything, and she is sweeping away, just kind of winding down for the night with her duties. And she goes, "Oh, hi, welcome to Foothill Stable. My name's Gail. Can I help you?"
Pleasure.
Go ahead. Keep pace.
We hear you have an elixir to help go up the mountain.
Who's asking?
Lorhannon.
No, she meant that as it's like a familiar person, or like, are we friend or foe, that sort of thing, not just your name.
I don't understand. I was told that you have elixirs, and my name is Lorhannon.
You know, this is probably for the best anyway.
He's got a point, you know.
All right, Lorhannon. Okay, yeah, it's true. I do have elixirs. Are you looking for fireproof or a commission?
Are you suggesting that we might try and rat you out to someone?
No, I just can't sell these to everybody. They take a lot to make.
Oh, well,
I don't want to waste them.
I see. Interesting. We own the stable company.
Okay, so the cat is out of the bag.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, never mind that. Never mind that.
Never mind that.
I think you have me mistaken. I hope you all have a good evening.
Oh,
Oh my god.
No, wait, excuse me. Sorry.
Yes?
What my friend intends to say is that we are, travelers, who come from vast different parts of Hyrule, obviously very varied backgrounds, and we've heard, various different, positive remarks about your elixirs, and we would love to have some for our journey through Eldin, in the coming days. My name's Lydian.
Hi, Lydian.
We fear for our lives in the heat.
No, wait, it's okay. It's the heat is very scary. However, we understand you are a woman of business, and you have a, I hope, actual business model where we can purchase something for a reasonable price.
I do have an actual business. Follow me. And she kind of shakes her head. She leans broom against the column of the sort of like awning that covers the animal part of the stable and begins to walk across the way, not very far, the very small homestead that is situated on this property. She asks you guys to wait outside and walks inside and comes out with a small like journal book. So what can I put you down for? Again, I do take commissions if you are looking for anything, but I know everybody comes to me for fireproof, so if you just want fireproof,
What else do you sell via commissions?
what are you looking for?
Nothing. I mean, like, ultimately, armor instead of potions would probably be more helpful in terms of resisting the flame.
Well, I mean, that's great and all. I'm an alchemist, though. I can make
Okay,
other
so this
kinds
is what
of
I meant when I
potions.
said, like, what do you sell?
I thought because you're trying to buy elixirs from me, you understood that I can make other kinds of elixirs. My mistake. I can make other kinds of elixirs.
Cool.
What are you looking for?
Nothing really, just fireproof at the moment.
I-
But I guess that's good to know. Having an
Okay,
elixir that solves my my love life. Am I right?
Oh my gods.
How about an elixir that like? I said, how about an elixir that like solves my love life, right?
Yeah. Do you want one?
What?
I don't even want to. It was a joke. I'm not.
We can't afford that elixir.
Yeah, no, that's priceless. How much did they fireproof
God.
ones? How much did the fireproof elixirs go for and last?
Okay, so I sell. It depends on the quantity you're trying to buy. The first potion is 60 rupees. If you buy 2, it's 110. If you buy 3, it's 150, and every one after that is an additional 40. So it's a pretty good deal. They last. What do I have? Actually, to check what they are. They last 8 hours. So you have
8 hours.
if I had more potent ingredients, I could make some that last longer.
What?
But the longest ones I have are 8 hours. They range anywhere from a minute to 8 hours.
What kind of potency would help?
She kind of like gets closer to like whisper something. Monster parts.
Oh, we've got that shit.
Oh, slay. That's what I said.
As Inari says.
Exactly.
Boy, do we have 113 screws for you.
Wait.
wait, wait.
Wait, no.
Wait.
No. Okay. Hear me out, guys. Lionel hoof? Lionel horn?
Ooh, NR's not there.
You'll do the guts.
I mean, we're not
have-
gonna use this shit.
Right.
At least
yeah.
I don't have plans
That's
on
true.
it. I don't know if you guys had plans on using it.
We only have one Molduga guts. That's why, like, we have 2 each of Lionel hooves and Lionel horn. So,
Got it. Yeah.
if we say,
I see what you're saying.
how much, like, what's the potency look like for a Lionel hoof and a Lionel horn?
Very good. My elixirs can only last up to 24 hours, as long as they're not a permanent effect, and I could easily get a couple different ones that were 24 hours with that. Do you have anything else? If I had a third thing, how many do you need exactly?
We need 6 of them.
6.
Oh
Probably
yeah, Ionia.
another 2 rare monster parts. I could make 6. All for the price of the regular ones, providing the rare monster parts.
I think we do. We have a Hinox tooth and another Lionel hoof.
Well, hold on. What about this? What if we're donating you the ingredients to make this more potent? What if, as instead of paying the price, we also barter with monster parts? You have higher potency for your next customers,
Yeah, I am willing to buy monster parts. What do you guys have?
Do we want to dump our like meat bag out?
I mean, honestly,
The grossest bag in Hyrule.
well, let me
I guess
sort
I mean
by-
we don't have a real ton of ingredients, so I guess maybe we
don't.
don't. Maybe we should just pay the price then.
Well, like,
I mean, like,
okay,
yeah. What do we want the potency anyway? Like, it's kind of.
I mean, if you want to give me monster parts, I will deduct the going rate for those parts from the total.
we can give you we'll give you a Molduga gut, and maybe a I don't want to keep this stuff, but I don't want to give it. I guess this is the most useful clause for it. Molduga guts and 2 Molduga fins.
Wow. So this is what you're giving me to make the potent for you?
I was thinking just like to like offset the price a little bit.
If you give me the rare parts, I will make these elixirs for you for the same price. If you want to give additional, I will deduct that value from
Yeah.
the price you pay.
So I think we're gonna go with Lionel Horn, Lionel Hoof, Molduga cuts, and 2 Molduga fins.
Okay, so I will. That should. Molduga fins are not as potent as everything else that you're offering here. Just slightly less so. You don't have any Lionel guts, do you?
No.
That's probably the rarest thing. So I figured I'd ask. Have Molduga, which is uncommon. I'd say that these 5 things would be enough to make your 6 24-hour fireproof. Do you have anything else you'd like to sell me to offset the price?
Do you know how long the trip to Goron City is?
It is 4 days journey on foot.
Okay.
I don't know, guys. This is like, it seems like we need something else.
You don't need it until you get close.
Ah.
The first couple days, 2 to 3 days, you can get pretty far. It's uncomfortably warm, but you're not burning up unless you're near lava. Once you get to Goron City, it's too hot there, and that's where you can purchase flame breaker equipment.
Well, that's flame breaker equipment for 1,300 a person, and we don't have anywhere near that.
3,300 person.
Well,
Good
we
lord.
need the helm for it. I figured we don't need the
If
helm.
you like your feathers, and if the other 2 like their hair, then yes.
We're gonna need to do something on the black market later. Okay. Enoch's tooth and toenail as well. Throw that in.
Okay.
And then 1 hoof from a Lionel, 1 horn from a Lionel.
So let me be clear. I am just assuming that you guys are trying to go close to Death Mountain. That's correct? Because you're right. If you are just in Goron City and around, not going past Darunia Lake or anything like that, then yeah, you only need 1 piece to help protect yourself from the heat of the lava. But if you're going close, you will combust if you do not have a full armor set.
We'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
So,
Okay,
I mean,
so Hinox
Lydian.
tooth, Hinox toenail.
Lydian, you saw them. They only had 1 piece each, right?
Jenna, that's correct, right? In the scry.
No. They all had the full things, because they had the helmets too, and there were moments when they were eating where they were like lifting to talk to each other.
Oh, and they were mining for gems so that they could sell them around the mountain.
Yeah.
So we should probably sell all of our gems. I'm not even kidding.
You can't sell the diamond. Yeah.
Well, not
The
not
diamonds.
but like not like here. I'm talking about like to whatever salesman.
Yeah.
Jenna, can I remember? Is there anybody that gives a best price on gems that we've met?
Not that you've met.
So just to recap, here we have one Lionel Horn, one Lionel Hoof, one Hinox Tooth.
Go ahead.
What is it?
I was gonna say, so going in your elixirs are one Molduga Gut, two Molduga Fin, one Lionel Horn, one Lionel Hoof, and then to offset cost, you have one Hinox Tooth, Hinox Tonic so far.
That's right. Yeah. Is that good?
That's up to you guys.
I have no strong feelings about the monster parts, so I don't care.
I will buy any monster parts that you have. Not many people say that, so.
Let's throw in we'll save the Lizalfo stuff in case we need to make an elixir, but we'll throw in a Boko Bokoblin Guts. I know is like a little bit more. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay. Alright. Math time.
We gotta go hunt, gang. We don't have any monster parts.
Also, just to throw it out there, if we sell all of our gems minus the diamond, that's still like a little under 2,000 rupees.
We are so
Really?
we're gonna have to get on someone's good side. There's
I
no
do not
way.
believe it. There's no way they legitimately acquired that armor. They had to steal it. I just cannot believe that.
We need to do some sort of dirty work for royalty or something.
What royalty? Oh, like yeah.
Like King Sidon or something, or like King Gorfin or something. Like we need to like find a way to illicitly get a shit ton of money.
Uh-huh.
Fuck.
Remember, we've got some ideas of like Aquila can skywrite dragon.
That, and I might be able to just protect myself. I have to check to see, but whoever's wearing, if we switch one of the infusions to the resistant armor, that might protect
Does
you.
your Goron belt help at all?
Why don't we
I would say the Goron belt does not help.
wait a minute? Why don't we steal the Flamebreaker sets from Bogey's gang? Like when we beat him up.
Why don't we be very hostile to a possibly non-hostile group?
Well, like
Yeah.
okay. Or if we get on their good side, we say, hey, can we borrow these? We're going into Eldin.
And they'll definitely hand it over, right? Those $3,000 suits that they have.
Gail finishes writing down the list of stuff as you're exchanging it and everything, and she goes, okay, so with all of those extra parts you're willing to sell, for the 6 potions, I'll only need 195 rupees.
195.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's very doable. I'll knock it off.
Alright, excellent. I will need a little bit of time. Hopefully, if I can push through. How soon do you need these guys? Actually, these potions actually.
We were hoping to set out by morning. I mean, I don't know if 12 hours is enough for you.
If I push through the night, I think I could.
Okay, well, we appreciate the dedication.
I appreciate the parts. And she will say, like, bid you guys good night and go into her home. That is, you guys are outside. What else would we like to do here tonight?
talked to everyone, got the potions. I mean, if we wanted to catch things, we'd have to kind of walk farther out. It's like, I don't know if that's something we'd be able to do.
Let's talk to the Goron tour guide to see if he knows where one could mine for gems.
You guys return to the fire, where Inari is. Inari, what have you been doing?
I would say during this time, Inari has continued to try to assuage the concerns of the up-and-coming restaurant businessman by offering motivational Garuda support. That is, like, slightly mean, but I'm sure he doesn't pick up on it because he's just himself. Yeah, that's probably what she'd be doing.
Every time you say, pretty much anytime you say anything, he finds a like some kind of decision to worry about and cannot decide. And like as it's kind of getting later, he's just kind of like oh, it's getting so late. Should I try and sleep tonight?
I mean, what are you going to do, not sleep?
Bro is hopeless.
I don't know.
You know, you're going to eventually die if you don't sleep. You should probably sleep.
Okay. So then, where should I rest here? Should I go in the stable and buy a bed? Should I tough it out outside here? Will I be, if I go too close to anywhere that's warm, like the hot springs up the way, will I be too sweaty to even sleep?
Okay, so I'm going...
During...
Yeah, wait, Lydian, what? No. So...
I was gonna say... Sorry.
No. You go.
It's fine. I was gonna say to the stable owner, like, hearing this, I would go over to the stable owner and say, and ask for, like, tell him that we're the Aponico, stable owners, and, ask for 7 beds, and show him the deed. 7, because this guy can fucking sleep in the stable.
Oh, wait, what happened to Miss Fosia?
Nothing happened to her. She just retired in a sense, and entrusted it to us. She's our good close friend.
She didn't tell me that. I don't know if she told any of the other stables, but
I don't think she did.
But okay. I mean, that's so different. Yeah. Of course. I mean, you guys are welcome to any of the beds in the space. What did you ask him for specifically, Lydian?
7 beds.
Yeah, absolutely. 7 beds. Not a problem at all. Inari, what do you say to him when he's like trying to like? Will he even be able to sleep? Like, where should he sleep? Where should he pick?
So, what I'm hearing is you have multiple options. You could sleep out here, you could sleep in the stable, or you could sleep near the hot springs. Maybe we can make a pro and cons list of each option, and you could look at the pros, and then whatever one had the most pros, you could pick that one.
It seems like I can only come up with cons for every single place.
I'm having Inari use therapeutic silence, and she's just gonna look at him for a solid, like... Just gonna look at him until he starts talking.
I mean, if I sleep out here, there's bugs. It could get cold. And if I sleep over by the hot springs, where it won't be cold, there's also probably bugs, and it's gonna be too hot, and I'll probably be too sweaty to sleep.
And Ari's gonna break in and just look at him and be like, look, the way you're looking right now, I really think you could benefit from the cold overnight, maybe. That might be, like, really good for you.
But what if it's too cold to sleep?
I don't think it's gonna be too cold for you, to be honest.
If it's too cold to sleep, there won't be bugs. That's how bugs work.
Lydian, like, yells this from outside.
After already, like, booking a bed for this man.
Yeah. I think I would go over to him and, like, toss a blanket around him and just be like, listen, pal, we're gonna get you situated. We're gonna get you squared away. We have a nice warm bed for you inside the stable. Just come on by. We can make some decisions tomorrow. I know today was really rough for you.
You guys are so kind. I've been having a rough time lately, and I really appreciate this, sincerely.
It's people like you who make up Hyrule. The best of the best.
You're right.
Lydian, I don't think this guy is one of the most best.
But this is... Oh, come on. No, this is one of our people.
He's our people. This
Yes,
is
we're all one people. Like, under Hylia.
I don't really give a shit.
Alright.
About
Okay. Sorry for me being optimistic.
I think we should stop being optimistic. This
You
was-
see this man to his bed. The man has for a description for the players, a uncanny resemblance to Robin Williams, the late Robin Williams.
I know.
This is that character. Apparently, he is a crazy worrywart, and I literally wrote down all of the things in his dialogue that he mentions worrying and tried to hit on them. But anyway, he goes to rest. Are you guys doing anything else in the evening? Natara comes back with 3 butterflies. At this point, you guys are all reconvened. And the Goron, who introduced himself as Bolden, is still over by the fire, now cooking for himself.
Did we actually ever talk to him to find out where to get gems? I didn't think so.
Oh yeah, we were.
We need forward conversation.
Well, didn't we decide that like we have so few gems right now? Unless the hillsides are flush with gems, unless there's gold in them, our hills.
Hey, we
It's
gotta.
worth asking.
I
It's
think
worth
it's
asking.
worth asking. I think Lorraine's got a.
Bogey and his group took all. This.
Excuse me, Bolden, correct?
Yes, that's me.
Listen, our gang is a little short on cash. That Flamebreaker armor sounded great. Unfortunately, it's like wildly expensive. Do you know if it would be easy enough to mine for gems within the Eldin region in order to pay for this, or is that too tall of a task?
Oh, absolutely. Them hills are flush with gems. There's gold in them hills.
God
Kinda-
damn it!
It's just like what Akila said.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Look, it may be virtually uninhabitable every other race in Hyrule, but Gorons don't really have much of a need for gems, so it kind of works out, you know? We just have so many. Yeah, absolutely. You guys will find like so many on the way.
We're gonna
Oh
find-
yeah.
It's 3,300 per person, right?
So 3 times
Yes.
6.
For the full set.
So that
Times
would be
6 is like
36,000. Like, yeah, 36,000 gems
36,000.
No.
36,000.
No, no, no.
3,000.
per
Times
person.
This is how much it costs. It costs
Oh, is it
20,000.
Is it okay?
Total.
So is it 3,000 for just like the base?
It's 3,000, or for the base, it's 1,300.
Okay.
600, 700, and then the helm itself is another 2,000. So a full set for a person is 3,300 times 6 is 19,000.
Oh wow, I did that math real bad. Look, I didn't. You know,
It's fine. It's
I'm not the
Saturday.
mathematician of the group.
I think I was a little bit confusing. I tried to backtrack and fix it with Gale, but basically, yes, you can. It's like adding like layers, so it's like, okay, yeah, you can survive to a certain extent with just the chest piece, and then at a certain point you need the chest piece and the leg piece. But I had it in my head that you guys need the whole thing, because you will eventually need the whole thing in order to eventually go to Death Mountain.
Yeah. So it's we need 19,000 rupees.
That's 76 sapphires, by the way.
I mean, look, you just give me
The most expensive gem we have that we can sell.
like a week. And you
Like,
just have
let's
me chip
focus
away.
on getting one piece, and then maybe we can save the town? Question mark.
Save the town for a discount? Question mark. I wish I had
The classic save the town discount.
I mean,
wish
if
I
we
had
save
a
the
historic
town,
value so badly.
yeah, if we save the town, I mean, if we go into town and we're like, hey, look at those red lights, we did all that, we can save you guys too. Like, do you think maybe they would give us a discount, or they give it to us for free? Like,
They might knock off like 5 rupees and be like, all right, yeah, good luck.
that's pretty much every merchant we've met. Yeah, that's true.
I think we
From
just
what
gotta
I know
buckle
about
down and
from what I know about Gorons, like they're not easily impressed.
listen. We just came into a bunch of assets with all these stables. If there's a rival owner who would like to buy one of the stable properties, we could probably like lease it for like 50K or something.
Yeah,
Why
I
are
think
we
I know of
playing
a rival. I think I know of one, and I don't think we should do that.
I think it's an easy 50K though.
Let's just call up someone.
I call him Zon and
Hey,
just be
Zon,
like,
you wanna
eh.
buy our horse house?
Our horse house, exactly.
Oh my god.
Jenna, before when I've had the resistant armor, I've been able to use it to resist the cold of Hebra and the heat of the Gerudo Desert. Do I think it will extend to the point where it will protect against the extreme heat of Eldin?
What do I have?
I feel like that would be pushing it, and I don't want to just pop it on someone and then watch them catch on fire.
It definitely would to an extent, as long as it's fire resistance. It definitely would to an extent. It would not get you to Death Mountain,
Gotcha.
but it could definitely sustain you further than just the like no armor and
Gotcha.
even just the chest piece.
Okay. Sounds like we gotta pull ourselves up by our bootstraps.
Right.
We
Maybe we
mine
should.
we mine at dawn.
Mine at dawn.
The children yearn for the mines.
They do. They do. They do.
That's the name of the episode.
Hey, but welcome to Eldin, am I right?
Does everybody have a bludgeoning melee weapon?
Oh, I know.
Is that direct
Arnari
with
probably
one?
is hoarding a couple of those.
I don't even think I do.
And then watch me say
Technically-
that.
Oh, we have an
And my
Arya.
quarterstaff and a club, which is just like a nice tree branch we found on Eventide.
I bet Ionia probably has some backup bludgeoning stuff. She has
Oh,
her hammer.
I just have my hammer. I don't really have other hammers.
Don't forget we have the
What?
mining. Do we say we had the mining tools already or no?
I have a moblin club and a stick.
No, we
So-
specifically bought mining
We
tools.
have
I
one.
know, but like moblin club and stick though. So
Okay, great, awesome.
I have a rat sack.
I'm just saying, we're all going to want to do this to make it go faster, so...
I have a different idea. If you guys are gonna go out, I have a reason to stay in camp and do shit.
Are you gonna blow things up?
Well, maybe, but I'll be away from the stable. I've got to learn this ancient tool.
True. Yeah.
I've got to learn how to make magic items with this thing.
Okay.
So maybe someone, if they want a little, maybe if they want me to start working on something for them, they could talk to me about it or whatever.
Okay, so we can have mining gang, we can have science gang, and we can have a gathering gang. It's Atara. It's like
I do
Right.
have extra strength too,
That's true,
But-
yeah.
so...
Yeah.
Natara's literally good at everything.
that's true. Maybe
She
I-
can hit rocks, she can grab bugs. What can she
Atara
not do?
currently has 19 strength from the gauntlets, so...
Yeah, I want to be a part of science gang, but with the
Well, you
20
don't have to
strength,
be.
I feel
You
like
can
I
just-
need to be a part of my
You can
gang.
just leave me
That's-
with your armor.
I'll be part of science gang, but I don't know what I'm gonna be doing.
Well, I mean, mostly it's just like I need. If I have ideas, I have schematics of what I want to build, so I might need an object from each of you. And for Anari, it's your armor.
I'll give
I
you
think that's
my
the easiest.
I'll give you my armor, I guess. If you want.
Your plate bikini that you wear.
I feel like
Inari's gotta take off her armor because it's gonna be very hot and
Like
she'll
baking.
become a sweaty man if she continued to wear it.
And I don't want that. That would be.
Inari's probably the most attuned to Death Mountain out of all of us.
No, well, I mean, Lord Hannon is sort of innate to the desert as well.
Oh, well, and also Lord Hannon has the Goron belt of Goron kind.
I do have the Goron.
Yeah, so I think Lord Hannon is actually more suited to the mountain than I am.
Never mind.
Yeah, guess you're wrong.
Guess I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I was
Lord
part of
Hannon,
Science
you-
Gang,
Hang on, Lord Hannon, you have fire belt, right?
Yes.
That'll be the same equivalence as like a fire, like the fire
Akila's
resistant
upgrade.
armor. Yeah. So you'll be fine to a certain point. You just can't
Okay.
really go close to Death Mountain with just that.
That is good. Cool.
yeah, I feel like if I was part of Science Gang, I would just kind of like hold the flashlight for Aquila. So I might
Aw.
go mining anyway.
Well, do we want people to gather?
Oh, that's true. Gathering could be good.
Well, are we
Oh,
making
oh.
the potions, or like I feel like our goal is to not have potions, right? It's
I
to
guess
have
yes,
a set of
that's
armor.
I think our goals kind of shifted, but
Like we can have those potions in case of emergency.
I think
yeah,
we'll
the
need the
gathering that you did
potions
before was good.
to like get into Goron City, and then we go to the shop and be like,
Correct.
slam like all the gems onto the table and just be like, finest
Yeah,
suits
yeah,
of
yeah,
armor,
yeah, yeah.
please.
Bet.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I will, I'll mine, and as far as giving Aquila something, I think I've still been using my Rito rapier as like my primary weapon, so that I got in like the beginning. So yeah, I'll give Aquila that if she wants to tinker with something.
I don't need that from you. I
She's like vague.
need your loot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
But I probably can only this is we're getting ahead of ourselves. I don't even know if I will be able to do anything right away. It might take a lot of time. Like it might
Well,
take multiple days for me to do this.
Well, we'll see. That's why it's science. If you can't do it in a night, I mean, that's fine. We'll just chuck
I mean, I definitely am not gonna be able to do it tonight. I mean, I'm exhausted. I need to sleep, and I only have like 2 hours.
Yeah, you're
watch it.
exhausted. I forgot.
Oh yeah, you gotta. Oof.
Really,
okay.
only one of you should give me something. Like who wants their magic item first, basically.
I mean, it's up to you guys. And Ari's already cracked his hull, so I feel kind of bad going for it. Like someone else should.
What would you want Natara to give you? What?
Your shoes.
Sorry. I don't know that I have.
I never know what you're about to say.
The measurements of your feet, then I guess.
Damn, Natara's dogs have been out this whole time?
Aquila wants to know the size and shape of Natara's feet. Question mark.
We need Natara's wiki feet entry real quick.
Yeah. Stop.
Listen, I learned from last time that we should not question Aquila in her scientific measures, and I agree that she should do whatever means necessary for
You
science.
all need to understand that Natara doesn't really wear clothes. She has jewelry and that's it.
Jenna, do Zora have toes?
Yes, Zora have toes. They actually have their main toe has a like talon to it, and so shoes for Zora are not unlike shoes for Rito, where you guys have like these kind of like talon like feet, and so they kind of wrap around at like one point and then kind of protect your ankles.
Oh,
So.
feet besties then.
I was gonna Google Zora toes, and then it tried to autocomplete to Zora toes FNAF, and I'm not gonna press enter.
Do not press enter on that.
no.
Whatever that is, do not press
Oh.
enter.
Oh my gosh.
So going into or is anybody doing anything? Kind of have a plan.
I guess, are we keeping watch tonight, even though we're like sleeping at the stable?
I mean,
Well, I mean, we can keep an eye out for Yiga activity if
that
we
might
want.
be a good idea.
If we think Yiga are swarming this region, we should probably be on our guard, I think.
I agree.
I think Aquila should sleep.
Aquila should sleep.
Yeah.
But,
Hell yeah.
No Dawn Watch.
No Dawn Watch.
So, are the rest of you taking shift to keep watch?
Hell yeah, brother.
Who's taking first?
Nari will go first.
I want to go with authority.
Oh, okay. Anytime Ben's like, I want to go, I get nervous. I start sweating. I'm like, oh no.
There's nothing to be nervous about, I promise.
Before we get into the shenanigans tonight, let's take a break there because it's 2 now. And I really want to show Matt how much it's died.
I said,
What?
I found a horrible.
Why?
Oh,
Why
why
did you
did
send
you
that?
do that?
Why did you send
Why?
Why did you send
Why?
that?
We told you not.
Because I spoiled it in case you didn't want to see it.
But, like-
listen.
We see an image, we click on the
Like,
image.
you don't put spoiler on things and think, oh, they're not gonna look at it. Like,
Why did you do that?
You guys, I was gonna give the preface that you don't need to click on the spoiler button if you don't want to see it, but that's, like, okay, look, I looked up, like, Zora feet Breath of the Wild, because I was curious, and there were, like, pictures of, like, detailed imagery of, like, what Zora feet look like, and I was like, oh, that's good to know, and then there was that one really, like, almost lewd image of Sidon's feet that I need to include because I saw it.
You know-
and you guys need to see it now.
you know what's messed up is they're not even anatomically correct. So,
No,
like,
they're not. They're not
wow,
webbed or
this-
anything. Like, these are just human feet on side.
This
on
artist
side.
is just a fake fan.
All right.
Oh, it's so good we're not streaming today.
It's great because this will make it into the recording though that goes onto
And that's
YouTube.
fine. But I don't want it just like live on Twitch.
That's fair.
All right.
That's like so much worse to me for some reason.
Okay, I'm taking a break.
Alright. Bye.
Bye.
As Keela settles into bed, probably very gratefully after being awake for the past 2 days, Inari and Lorhannon remain awake for the first watch. Can both of you guys give me perception checks?
Ooh,
And then
boy.
what you doing?
I'm going to borrowed knowledge this perception check. Just...
I'm switching it up because we've heard the stable music for like an hour.
You do stable night.
I don't have that one.
Oh.
All right, I got a 21 on my perception check.
And I got a 15.
Okay. So what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna be kind of like pacing around for a little bit, like looking up at the mountain, and I'll like ask Inari, like, so you ready to beat down some Yiga?
I mean, that's a silly question. I'm always ready to do that, but are you okay? I mean, if you're asking me that, and I'm looking at you now, it almost seems like there's some sort of pensive thoughts in your mind.
Well, I just, talked to the Great Fairy, and I mean, I knew the stakes were high before, but it seems even more dire now.
With the whole revelation about familial ties, or...
Well, that too, I mean, I've been thinking, like, I hadn't had to think before about having a family. It just never really came up, like, in my childhood.
Oh, right, because you don't really get one as a Yiga outside of your fellow Yiga members. I mean, how does it make you feel now to think about it? I mean, I don't know. I never thought about having a father until I found out I had one, and it felt pretty odd, but imagining you have everything you've got going on seems a little bigger.
Well, I don't know how to feel about it. It's so different for me.
Do you think it's going to make you stay your hand if we ever come into contact with them?
I don't think so. Right now, I'm just so mad about it.
I mean, it's right to be angry. I mean, you had a lot kept from you. So I guess you feel something, but maybe maybe anger isn't a long-term emotion we want to be feeling about it.
I don't really even know why I'm angry.
Well, I know when my mother shared the revelation with me a while ago in front of everyone, there was a brief moment of time where I was angry. I mean, you've been denied something that you never even knew existed. And now here you are, on a race to save the world, and suddenly your whole worldview is different. I think you have a right to be angry. Just a matter of what you'll do with
Yes.
it.
Well, right now, I just know that I can't let us fail.
And Nari will pause and kind of clear her throat, and then kind of step forward and kind of not pat him on the shoulder. She'll be normal and just take his shoulder in her hand. You know, I've always admired your very dedicated and forthright spirit, but you do know that you don't hold this group up all on your own. There's, well, now 5 others of us who would willing to share that burden with you. I gave up quite a lot to do so.
Yeah. I can only imagine how angry that makes you.
I mean, I was angry, but now never angry at you or anyone else who's angry at Misha and my mother and Riju and the whole lot. Never angry at you. But I imagine you'll feel a lot of complicated feelings throughout the course of the next few days and weeks. Maybe it won't always be anger.
Yeah. I suppose.
Is there anything we can do
You know, I have.
Oh, sorry.
Now I have other friends to help me.
And I know it feels odd to depend on others for that sort of thing. I mean, I don't really like doing it either, but is there anything we can do to help you with this? Like, when we go and face the Yiga, is there anything we should be doing to support your quest and your goals and your feelings about this?
I don't think I know yet.
I mean, that's fair, as long as you promise to tell us when you do know. Not that I doubt you would, but...
I think if I didn't tell you, it would. Maybe I would destroy myself
Oh.
with whatever I tried to do.
I don't know if any of us would ever let it come to that, but I mean, that's certainly a way to think about it. Something I don't like to ponder. I mean, I don't know. I feel like this is a stupid question to ask because you don't really know much of where things will go, but say this all ends well, we defeat the Yiga, we end the blight of malice over Hyrule, things go back to normal, quote unquote. I mean, well, with all of this, like, do you have any idea of what you're going to do? Would you want family? Maybe.
Right now, I can't see myself doing anything other than adventuring.
Oh, wait, what did you say at the end there? It cut off for me.
Adventuring.
Adventure. I mean, right now I can't see myself doing anything but that either, so maybe we'll be a ragtag band for a little bit. I don't know, I don't really have a place to go back to either, but there's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of Hyrule to see. I'm sure we won't see all of it by the end of this anyway.
Jenna, is there a rock nearby that I can smash with my ancient short sword?
You guys are outside of Eldin. There are rocks everywhere.
I would like to kind of like pull myself away from Inari and like pull out the short sword and just like angrily smash a rock.
Roll a D100 for me.
88.
How many times are you hitting this rock? Just once?
I guess I'll hit it, like, if I hit it once, like, Inari, would you react? Would you try to stop me from hitting it again, or?
As someone who very much loves emotions, she would let you beat the shit out of this rock. She'd
Okay,
probably be
then-
cheering you on a little bit.
Then probably like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, you start hitting this rock. Every time your blade makes contact, you like that like kind of noise that the like Sheik attack makes against the surface. And on the last hit, an opal is chipped out from the rock, and you get an opal.
Ooh.
Inari, you know.
Yeah.
This talking about feelings is very hard.
Yeah, I still sort of don't like it either. I mean, when I do it, I don't mind when other people do it, but maybe the opal you have there is a representation of the good that comes from peeling back the layers that make it uncomfortable to do so.
Maybe.
You can always maybe keep that. You don't need to sell it. I know we have to sell a ton of gems, but something to keep on hand.
Yeah.
And hey, we're in the perfect place to continue to work out one's anger. So, I mean, if you want to keep doing that later today, I mean, I'm gonna join you, so.
Yeah. Let's talk about fighting instead.
Sounds good.
I'll make chit chat about, like, you know, how do Gerudo weapons work in, like, training and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, and Arya will kind of engage you and kind of ask questions about the Yiga back and forth until the end of the watch.
Over the course of your watch, you guys don't see anybody pass by on the trail going to or from the Maw of Death Mountain. At the end of your watch, who would you guys like to wake up next? And because Akila's not taking a watch and you guys double Ionian available.
Did Ben, do you remember who said they wanted to do the second watch? Did someone?
I don't think anyone said anything.
All right, let's
So-
wake Lydian up.
Yeah, sure.
Jenna, are opals worth 60 or 80 usually?
I believe 60. Hang on, I have it.
That's what we
somewhere.
have written down, so.
I think that's just off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure 60.
I'm making a little.
Yep,
formula
60.
stuff.
I have more tabs open in Roll20, of handout type tabs than I've ever had open at one time. I think I'm able to because I'm not streaming. But Lydian, Inari, and Lorhanan will be the next watch. And also, you guys are in a stable, so if you wanted to double up with Natara or Ionia, you could. You don't need to take a watch for every single hour.
Me, you're asking?
Yeah, because you are awake now. Or you could take it yourself.
I feel like I don't know. What is Lydian mainly like? Because I don't feel like I'm very, I don't feel like having a heart to heart with Ionia or anything. Maybe I'll just wake her up just to for some conversation, but not with any ulterior motive or anything.
Yeah, certainly. Go ahead and give me a perception check. She will also make a perception check.
Can I make it with advantage if I'm using my spyglass?
It's dark outside, man.
Lava on the mountain lights things up.
Whatever, go ahead.
All right.
I only got a 12.
Ooh, I crit.
Oh my gosh.
Interesting. Yeah, so what are you guys are just making small talk, anything in particular that you'd like to be talking about?
No, just if she traveled by this region before, and I don't think she had, but just kind of her experience with hotter regions, and I don't know. I joked that her hammer is gonna be great for the mining ahead. That it was so serendipitous that we met before we had to mine a shit ton.
Yeah. As you guys make small talk, Lydian, at one point, you see that coming up the path, from the south, heading towards the Maw of Death Mountain, there are two Hylian travelers. They are walking. They do not stop at the stable. They kind of look over at the stable, because it is still open and everything. People can always stop in at any point. But they don't stop.
Can I investigate to see if they're suspicious or not?
So I guess I imagine that you guys are inside, or are you outside keeping the watch?
I guess it depends. I feel like would we be outside? What were
Makes sense.
I think Lorhanan, because he hit a rock, so I feel like
Yeah.
they would be outside, right?
I was outside.
You guys are outside keeping watch. Yeah, so you see them. Are you being obvious that you are trying to look through an illusion?
No. I'm gonna try my best to not look directly out.
Okay, so you're actively trying not to be obvious, right? Sorry, I think I asked my question weird, but go ahead and give me an investigation check. I'm gonna say at
Stealth?
disadvantage. I'm gonna say at disadvantage because it is dark and you're at a distance and the person's moving. And also a deception check.
Okay. Investigation, deception. Ugh.
Yikes.
Hold on. I'm gonna cough.
I can hear him coughing.
Cool. That's how sound works. I got a 13 investigation, but I did get a nat 1 deception.
Okay. Got it. So as the pair of Hylians walking, They have packs on them, but they are light packs. They do not have any kind of like they don't have like weapons on them. Very simple, plain travelers heading towards Eldin. They do not seem to be an illusion on a 13, but they take note of you watching them, and they just kind of, their head kind of follows you as they walk, and then once they're too far past and they don't look back anymore, they just continue on. Ionia will ask, Lydian, is everything all right?
Yeah. Just those folks were, I don't know. We've seen travelers before that were Yiga in disguise, so just kind of checking. Once they're out of, like, how far away are they traveling? Like, you know, you said, like, down the path. Like, how...
They're heading down the path. They're just walking at a normal walk pace. If you wait a couple seconds, they'll be out of earshot.
Were they, like, right by me, or, like, you know, 50 feet away or 100 feet away or something?
They were probably about, like, 30 feet away, because you're kind of set up high at the stable, and the path is a little bit away from the stable, like, below.
Would it break my long rest to go down and just see if they, like, dropped anything or look for any sort of, like, any one of their belongings that they might have dropped during that sort of interaction or anything?
Yeah, I'd say you could. Go ahead and give me another investigation check.
I'm gonna give myself Bardic Inspiration on this one. Okay. That's a 20... 25.
Given that roll, and given what I rolled, I'm going to say you find a banana peel. Just straight up, you find a banana peel.
I will be scrying on them in the morning.
We don't know who they are.
But we have a possession.
That's why I did that.
I see. Got it.
Oh man.
Nice. Jenna's like, oh, shit, I gotta make up something about these things.
Yeah. Jim was gonna make it up.
You fly back up to Ionia, who is like standing up now and kind of like, you know, like looking at you like, what are you doing?
I would hold up the banana peel and just kind of like pocket it and be like, hey. I don't know how familiar you are with Yiga, but this basically confirms that they're Yiga.
How? That's just the trash.
They have a I think I would go through and spill a little details of, like, the Yiga have an unquenching thirst for mighty bananas for some odd reason, and Lorhan had a stint of time when he needed to eat bananas in order to, like, fuel himself, or else he would look like Aquila did yesterday.
That I'd say that doesn't really make sense to me, but I believe you.
Hey, I don't know why it's bananas, but that's just the way it is right now.
Sure.
Sorry if that's weird or off-putting.
I mean, so much is weird and off-putting, I'd say.
Cool. Yeah. Is the mountain lit up with lava at all, or no?
Yeah, it glows at night because
Can
of
I-
the...
As things kind of wind down, can I, like, gaze off at the mountain with Ionia and just, like, watch the lava, like, boil and tumble over?
Yeah, you guys, for the rest of your watch, you can't really see the lava itself, like, moving, but you can see the glow, because it is so far away, but there's certainly the glow emitted from it, and the smoke, that darkens the night sky, in the distance. There's, like, stars everywhere except for above the mountain and past it because of the smoke and ash. But yeah, you guys have a peaceful night watching the pretty lights from the deadly volcano. But eventually your watch comes to an end. The only one left is Natara, unless, I mean, like Aquila really should not. So you guys go and wake up Natara. Are you telling her what you saw?
Yes, I will. I'm gonna emphasize. I don't think it's like a. I don't think it's a threat at the immediate time, but I do want to confirm what I saw was Yiga.
I will keep an eye out for any more.
With that, Lydian and Ionia return to bed. Atara, you stay up. Or are you heading back out to the fire, like where they were, to keep watch outside?
Probably, yeah.
Go ahead, give me a perception check, and what are you doing?
That is a 15. And I'm probably gonna try and think about how we could possibly find Bogey's group around Death Mountain, because there are a lot of places they could be. So I'm like trying to remember like anything Lydian said about like where he's seen them, and they were scrying to try and like know to like recognize things as we pass them, stuff like that.
Certainly it is going to be tough because you've never been up here before. And, you know, up until a couple weeks ago when you had the ability to, lost the need to submerge yourself in water, there would be no hope that you could go here, for the most part. So, it's certainly going to be tough, but perhaps, you know, you're kind of bracing yourself to keep an eye out on the landscape to kind of get your bearings, and perhaps, you know, if there ever is a detail in a scry on Bogey, you're ready, because you'll know. But you do not see anybody travel down the path during your watch, but at the end of the 2 hours, it is still dark out. There is still time for another watch, but everybody else has already taken. So, you return to bed to finish out your rest, and nobody keeps watch for the dawn. And eventually, the stable begins to come alive in the morning light, and you guys gain the benefit of a long rest. Aquila, you are no longer exhausted. And yeah, you guys get up and get ready for this day that you talked extensively about last night.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Let's get to
So,
it.
we have Science Gang and we have Mining Gang. Were those the designated terms for the
I think
teams?
Science Gang is just Aquila.
And
Yeah,
that
it's
is
literally just
typically how
Aquila
it
and
is.
everyone else, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like.
LG's in Science Gang. LG's not gonna be breaking boulders.
I didn't want to make the decision for them, you know. They do like to make things into smaller pieces, so.
I also saw
They do,
somebody,
but they like Aquila more.
somebody named the channel Zora Toe Inspection.
How will you measure
Zora Toe Inspection Channel?
Yeah. So I added the subtitle, How Will You Measure Up?
Oh my god.
Having said that, I am going to find a I am gonna change up flavoring a little bit instead of like a pool of some kind. If Bolden and Dado are lighting up the fire again, and if they're sitting by the fire, can I scry into the fire?
I mean, staring into the fires was always somebody else's thing, but absolutely, I don't mind.
I'm a different kind of guy now. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not the other girl. Okay.
Still
That's kinda what I
associated
figured, like,
with Lord Hannon 1.0.
He hasn't looked into the
Rand
fire.
1.0 did that. That's right.
Yeah.
He hasn't looked into the fire in like a year.
Yeah, sure. I don't see why not. You focus into the fire. Who are you scrying on? Also send the scry spell, please.
Yeah, I will be. I want to make sure that I even can, like, without knowing his name.
Yeah, that's
Um,
what I'm wondering.
So, like, heard the target, met the target. Does that count as meeting?
No.
So I would assume that he has a +5, and then if I have a possession or garment, he has a -4, so a +1 to his roll. Does that make sense? Or would you
Yeah,
not
you
allow
can
that?
choose the creature because you did witness the creature. They're on the same plane of existence as you. Okay. I mean, I think that the possession or garment is a stretch because it is a banana peel, but I think that's fine. So it's a plus
+1
plus.
total. Because
Why is it
he gets
plus 1?
because it like stacks on top of itself. So the he gets a +5 because I don't know him at all, but because I have the possession or garment, which is the -4, that like 5 - 4 is 1. Is that
Oh, that's 4. Okay, I see. Yeah, the way it's written is so hard to understand. I thought that
I
was
have
one
a
too.
I have a easier chart for it that I'm looking at. That's why I'm able to make sense of it.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just to see where he's headed.
Did this one. That's what's your spell? It's a 17. What's your spell save?
Oh, that meets.
Really?
Meets,
literally-
meets.
I didn't even add for like a wisdom modifier. I just was like, all right, I'm.
Well, does he have a -1 to wisdom?
No, I said I was not going to add any kind of wisdom.
Oh. Okay.
Like it was 0. I was just going to do a straight dice roll plus this modifier.
Yeah,
I
I'll
rolled
try again
16.
in a day or two.
Anything else you want to do? Anyone else you want to scroll?
I'll save it.
All right. So you guys.
Well, before Mining Gang goes out, I am going to take the Knife of Scorching Ray right now that it is, and I'm going to change it to the Knife of Enhanceability, and I'm going to give it to Mining Gang.
Nice.
Ooh.
That's smart.
That's 10. Holy
And
shit,
enhance abilities, and you can all
Ten
like you can take it, cast it, hand it to someone, and they can cast it, and you each have your own concentration, so you can
Right.
all have
That
it
Yeah,
up.
lasts an hour.
Yeah.
That is probably better than the Knife of Shatter.
Yes. I could have got that as well, but I don't know how close they'll be together.
Okay. Akila's staying behind. Everybody else ready to set out?
Sure.
Well,
So-
Akila's gonna come with us, right?
No.
Bring yourselves.
I gotta sit still and do stuff there.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
feel like you guys are gonna be prospecting. You're gonna be moving.
We'll take the Sheikah Slate and TP back if you know.
Sounds good.
All right. So, you guys set out. You have to, your understanding of this is you have to kind of head down the trail a bit closer to Eldin in order to start finding anything. And so you do. You approach. You set out north on the trail stable. There is a massive natural arch of rock up ahead, and you cross underneath this threshold, and the rocky path ahead inclines above 2 lakes on either side, steaming from hot springs below them. There's a small signpost, sort of like situated in the earth here, that reads Death Mountain Marker Number 1, Climbing Path Trailhead. Along the path before you are a few like summerwing butterflies and warblers that kind of dance about. And you all press forward, the morning sun beating down on you, and looking up into the sky at it, not at it, but like into the sky. There isn't a cloud to be seen other than the volcanic ash far ahead in the. It's likely that it maybe never rains here due to the extreme heat. Making your way up this trail is not necessarily easy, as the path narrows and widens without a care for those who try to traverse it. and you kind of follow this natural bridge with the two lakes on either side. But Inari, as you kind of reach the center here, you feel a tug to look left.
Okay.
Do you?
I will look left.
You're muted.
Oh. It'd be important if people hurt me. That's. I will look left though. I'll do that.
You see this vast, shallow lake with steam visibly rising from the surface. But, as if there is a voice dancing on the water, you hear a gentle, Inari, come.
Papa.
It carries westward back across the lake away from you.
Guys, I'm unfortunately hearing voices again.
Guys, the medicine has worn
It
off,
stopped
unfortunately.
Where
And
are
a
the
stronger
voices coming?
perception.
Where are the voices coming from?
Inari will point over in the direction of further down the lake.
Oh, it might be your pet.
I think Ron wants to talk to me,
Oh,
but I'm not
you should
really
go talk to him then,
Okay.
right? Vitara,
Yeah.
you're kind of the fairy expert here.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I just like, what do you say to your like father? I guess, like, you know, like, what do you?
Something you wanted to ask him.
Yeah. I know, I just wanted to get to know him, but I thought it would happen more, you know, like, oh, it's late at night and we're at camp and I just go over to a little lake or a river and I go, hey Dad. And Ron goes, hey Inari, and then we just have like a whole conversation. But I mean, there are some things that I do want to, based off of conversations I have had, that I would like, I gotta pull them up. But yeah, Inari will go over, like, while I'm looking for this, I'll have her, like, walk over a little bit, very cautiously.
So this is a a vast lake. It is a shallow lake, but it is large. It's actually, I think, technically the largest lake in Eldin that is not made of lava. So you are going to take the time to go there instead of continuing on,
Yeah, I'll do that.
separating from everybody else.
Mhm.
Okay. Inari begins to descend down this natural bridge inclined above the two lakes on either side. You make your way down with some care and then begin to wade through this steaming lake. It's very warm. Not uncomfortably warm. It's very comfortably warm. And you can feel that the pretty hard rock bottom surface of this lake supports you pretty well, but it does, like, it's very uneasy, very rocky, and you begin to wade through the water, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're choosing to do? Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, I know.
So you continue on. The rest of you watch as she's leaving. Is anybody planning to follow and join her?
Atara's kind of tempted to.
I mean, I'm gonna.
I don't think we should.
But
I don't think we should let her go on by herself. Like, we should stay somewhat nearby.
I mean, I don't know. My dad seems pretty cool.
There's no
Atara might
spot.
go down and kind of like stay in like the edge of the water, like let Inari kind of go out herself, but like go down with her.
I am gonna ask about like domain stuff for the Great Fairies and like fairy lore. So like if Natara comes along, that actually canonically makes a lot of sense.
Do you want Natara to come along?
That's totally up to you, but if you're
She
interested
will.
at all, yeah, it might be neat.
I think me and Lorhanan and Ionia are good to go on ahead. How far would the mining spot that we picked be?
Probably another, like, you guys have already been traveling, less than an hour.
Are we? I mean, like, are we good to separate like that? I mean, we could.
I'm good. It's up to you guys, but
Lorhan and Ionia.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Natara and Denari.
We, guys. So you know where the camp is back at the stable, and we'll be on up ahead. Just catch up to us. We'll try not to go too far off the path so you can see where we are.
Who has this?
I feel like we'll take the slate because we're furthest.
Yeah, I think.
Just making sure that's
We can all
accounted
fly.
for.
Other thing, we can all fly very easily. Perhaps they should, in case there's some kind of emergency.
Oh, good idea, Ionia. Yeah.
Okay.
But we can escape via flight.
Yeah.
Probably.
oh, true.
And they can.
Like, I know that they have the rug that flies, but I don't know how that holds up against lava.
True.
Probably not very well.
So you guys pass the Sheikah slate to them. Natara, you descend and join in the very comfortably warm water, and the other three begin to separate, heading north. The trail does wind east, and they are heading west, so you guys are heading in opposite directions.
Mhm.
Just a heads up, just so that we're kind of aware that it is like a distance apart, and also a distance from the stable. Okay, so I think that we should first. Let's first do let's do Fairy Gang. It's like
could possibly go wrong. Sweating.
it's like Pokemon types. It's like Fairy, Rock, and Steel. That's what's happening here. So you guys begin to cross this lake. This is what's the lake called? Did I not write the name of the lake? The western shallows of Lake Verona is what you are crossing. Inari, Natara, you're both super tall, though Natara, I imagine, as soon as there is any depth to this lake, you are going under, submerging, and having a grand old time. It does take you guys quite a while, over an hour, to cross to the other side of this lake. And there are parts where Inari, it's like kind of sketchy, but Natara, being able to see under the water, kind of guides you along parts that are more shallow so that you can make it across. And both of you roll 2d6 for me, please.
Okay. I got an 8.
8.
Yeah, 5.
Having spent at least 10 minutes in the hot springs of this lake, you guys both gain that many temporary hit points.
Oh, slay.
Nice.
For an hour. So you guys start to reach the other side. You can see up ahead there is indeed a fairy grotto up ahead. There's sort of this tiny peninsula type of rock feature that extends into the lake, and settled right on top of it is an open fountain. You guys approach.
Yeah, Inari will go up
and ascend the toadstool steps.
Mhm.
And what do you do?
Inari will have both her hands on her hips and sort of like leans over and like examines the water, and I don't think there's a Gerudo word for dad, so I'm just you called, father?
Ascending from the pool, in a magnificent flourish, is the tanned skin, long blue-haired male fairy, male great fairy. That is Ron. Once again, adorned in all kinds of pearls and is his all kinds of pearls and sapphires. Ron emerges with a aha! Oh, Inari, and Natara, recipient of one of my many gifts. How are the two of you on this fine Eldin morning?
Good. You?
I am so great. I've decided to move my grotto here for the time being, sort of as a vacation. I think that the steam is probably good for the doors or something like that. I don't really know, but it feels good. I'm very happy to be here.
Oh wow, I didn't know Great Fairies went on vacations. I sort of thought like every day was a vacation for you all, you know?
Well, when your grandmother had me trapped for the past, 50 years or so, I needed to get away.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I'm so glad you heard. I'm so glad you were nearby. I actually have a request.
What would that be? And also, like, sorry for being a bit odd. I'm just not. I'm still getting used to this whole like Great Fairy as your father sort of thing. I kind of thought my dad would be a tiny little wimpy Hylian man. And you're not that, so.
Not at all. But please, do not worry. I understand Great Fairies are a little unusual. Anyway, as you know, probably by some of your abilities, water is sort of our thing.
Narik sort of like leans back and presses like, our thing.
Yes, our thing. As my offspring, it is also your thing. Problem nearby.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure, Tara, you've heard of this place, but there's a place called Zora's Domain. There is
Nori, can you hear me? Get out of there. Get out of there ASAP. It's a trap. It's a trap.
There is.
Can you hear me? Get out of there now!
Natara's trying is actually.
Good.
I was just gonna say, Natara's actually like actively trying to conceal the face that she makes whenever somebody mentions Zora's Domain or Sidon. I don't know how good of a job she's doing, but she is making an effort.
All feelings aside, there is a very deep, very ancient lake that is set above Zora's Domain, known in modern day as East Reservoir Lake. It's an important lake, but there is a issue. It is reaching capacity, you could say, and there are many dams that were constructed by ancient Zora to contain this spring of sorts from flooding, and there is likely not a lot of time left before they burst and destroy not just Zora's Domain, which I know what you're thinking. Zora, they live in water anyway. What does it matter? Well, they live not necessarily entirely in water. They live on beautiful architecture. I don't know if you've ever been, but amazing. So it would destroy that. Okay, fine. You know, you're saying, why should I care? If that floods, my darling girl, the repercussions would be astronomical. I mean, we're talking flooding the wetlands, which they're already wet, I know. But more so than that, Central Hyrule. And also, there is one of the dams, Rutala Dam, above Lanayru Bay, would flood down Lanayru Bay, absolutely destroying everything down. probably increase the sea level, cause issues in Lorland. It's city now?
I think
I've heard that it's city now.
Yes,
not
it's
village.
it's pretty booming. I mean, Natara can tell you more about that than I could.
Oh, that's so great. Maybe I'll set up my next spot there. Perhaps once it's flooded out and it's a little less crowded. But, probably destroying all sorts of the Hylian stables that line central Hyrule and eastern parts of central Hyrule, like Necluda, for example. So, point being, if there's a way that you and your friends, who freed me, and I know that you are very capable people, could sort of save Zora's domain in order to save all of Eastern Hyrule.
Okay, so Father, quick question. Because we kind of have a lot going on. Like, you know, we have this group of adventurers that we kind of, and something's really going on at the Yiga, which could be really bad. And so we were gonna go to Eldin City. Like, Rana's broke stepdad asking for $50 energy. Sorry. Like, how much time would you say, like, would you estimate the Zora have? And I mean, believe me, I want to help them and all that, but you know, some of them didn't leave a very good impression on our group, so you know, we're just curious.
Well, I mean, it is certainly tough to say. It is very tough to judge, because I am the Great Fairy of Water, not the Great Fairy of Dams. So
true. So true.
Though I do give a damn about what happens to the water.
and Nari like full blown laughs at that. That is like probably the hardest she's laughed in a long time.
I just can't believe I said that.
It was great. I love Ron's energy.
I will say, probably not long. There are literally thousands of gallons of water falling every day
Oh, okay.
in that region.
What the hell?
Hey. I mean, that's not great. I mean, you know, I would really, I mean, Natara,
Now
how
that
do you...
Natara's sister might be affected, she's a bit more
Okay.
concerned.
Natara, we might need to, we might need to get the group back together. I think maybe we are heading in the wrong direction, possibly. I mean, especially.
I don't
Flood
mean
up
to,
to Death Mountain.
will it cool Death
That down
Mountain?
a little bit.
Oh, certainly not. Akala, Death Mountain, Great Hyrule, and then anything west of Tanagar or the Highlands, definitely going to be fine.
Oh.
Everywhere else, maybe not so much, depends on the elevation. So yes, I just wanted to bring that to the attention of somebody. I don't have any current mortal followers because I was not around for the lifespan of some of them. It was like literally only like a few weeks to me, but it sucked. And I lost nobody cares. Nobody cares about Ron anymore. So I figured my daughter cares about Ron.
Dad, I care.
I'll ask her.
Father, I care about you. I mean, we do have quite the connection, so I think this, you know, I'll,
Of course.
yeah, I'll, you know, certainly bring it up with my friends and advocate strongly for seeking the Zora out if we can. I mean, Natara, do you have any thoughts on the situation, TM?
I mean, she is now significantly more concerned about it than she had been this entire time. but she's trying to like weigh like half of Hyrule being underwater versus the Yiga potentially bringing back Ganon, and neither of those are good things.
This is so real, bestie.
They're both world destroying, so
I love that our group gets to make big decisions about the fate of the world like this. It feels really normal and not at all concerning that we have this much power and control over all that.
It could be worse. There are people who are worse at making decisions than us. We met one.
That's so true.
today.
That's so true. I tried some therapeutic methods on him, and it did not.
It's beyond therapy.
But anyway, we'll certainly.
Is there anything your dad can do to potentially help us
That's
with
so true.
this?
Yes.
I know that Nisha's kind of the one who's more down by Zora's domain, but
Yeah. Papa. Do you? I don't know. I did that. I'm sorry. I'm crashing. The caffeine crashing. Father. Natara and I here were wondering. Is there any assistance that you could give us in relation to this great coming catastrophe?
Honestly, I'm a little bit out of ideas as far as what to do goes. I can't make the ancient reservoir deeper.
Mhm.
I cannot force the dams to hold. I
Yes.
cannot stop the rain. It's not natural. So, I don't know.
I mean, you aren't the Great Fairy of Dams, so I completely understand.
Yeah, I mean, of course, if the water was naturally falling from the sky, no problem. I could probably do something. I could do something, but it's not.
Yeah.
what about when the dam breaks? Is there anything you can do to change the way it goes?
Not really. That's why I'm asking for your help, because I can sense it now, and I know that it will be a problem, so this is me trying to use my abilities to help the problem. Not
Does he have
dumping it on you.
control- What does he have control over, if not like the flow of the water or like the? What does he do?
Does Terra control when fires spread?
I do not control the rate at which the lobsters die. Sorry for butting in.
No, you're good. That was real. That was a great contribution.
I'm gonna mute my mic.
That was
I
a
got
great
the- I got the
contribution. Well, I can't promise the whims of the rest of the group, but I don't think it hurts to at least talk about it with the rest of them, especially because even if we defeat the Yiga and prevent Ganon from coming back, that doesn't mean, we would lose a whole eastern portion of Hyrule to flood. So,
Yes, that would die.
uh,
It sounds like you may just have to simply make a choice.
oh no. Not making choices. I'm starting to sympathize with that random Hylian we met now.
Our choices are significantly more difficult than his.
That's true. We have a more valid reason for our current stress levels, but
The man was literally like, should I look at my map or should I not?
Do I sleep in a safe place or an unsafe?
I love the unsurety about, I don't know, maybe I should sleep in the unsafe place. Well, I feel like as someone with a deep connection with you, depending on how we all feel, I will try to make a case for Zora's domain, especially now that we have a shrine nearby unlocked and we'd be able to travel back, and who knows, maybe we might receive some monetary funds from a certain grateful ruler, which could maybe result in some much needed armor, because we are very poor. So we can do that. If we do that, do you mind, Ron, if I pick your brain about some great fairy? Well, Natara here and I both really pick your brain about some great fairy related, sort of like family tree connections. Like we're running into many of, I guess my aunts right now, and they're all a bit odd, and we don't know a lot about them at all.
I mean, yeah.
So,
what would you like to know?
First of all, before we even get into what they're all responsible for, like, there's apparently a whole, like, possible interwar between all the great fairies. Tara, I don't know if you know more about this than I do, but, like, there's some beef going on right now, and I don't know how concerned to be about that. Is that something we should be... Have you heard anything through the grapevine? Do they know you exist? Again.
So, okay. This is a lot. What have you heard so far that could be potentially leading to another Great Fairy War?
Yeah.
Do we tell your dad that somehow me being involved in freeing him might be part of what's going on?
I think we gotta, cause...
I think we do, because I don't really understand. I don't understand why that would be an issue.
I don't either, because I kind of thought it was my mom fucking up that got him, put in a bag. So, yeah, if we can share that.
I can show him the letter.
You're gonna show him the letter?
Yeah.
I have to see. Okay. So he reads the letter. I don't know this OZ person. Which I find odd, since she seems to know such.
I thought she followed your sister, Phasia, but I suppose that I didn't get that confirmation from her herself, I don't think.
If Phasia has a follower, then it may already be too late. Uh-oh.
What do you mean, too late?
Phasia is the great fairy of magic, which, wonderful, great. Trickery, which doesn't seem like much, but she's impossibly deceptive. And then her third thing, because all of us have, is chaos.
You don't say.
So, if there is somebody functioning as her champion, doing her work for her, then the seeds have been sown. I mean, whatever they're planning to do, it sounds like you're in the way, somehow, Natara. I don't know why specifically that would be the case, but it is probably best that you are in the way.
I did stop her from stealing one of Misha's hair pieces, I think. Something.
If Misha's aware, then that would be also bad, because Misha, being a fairy of protection, will probably shut her bulb and not help people.
Oh.
So, if you go and see Misha and her bulb is closed, that's not a good sign. But, if it's not yet, then it's probably not too late. What else?
Closed
What else
as in,
are the beats here?
Closed as in she's like not there, or closed as in she's like not out like you are
Not
right
out.
now. She
Not out.
wasn't when I got there initially, but that was before.
Then there must have been another reason. What are the other pieces of the puzzle here? I feel like I can help clue you in a little bit, given what I know about all my sisters. But I need more pieces of the puzzle.
Oh gosh, wait a second.
We had talked with Tara before this letter.
Tara's sweet.
I got these earrings. I think it's earrings. So I am not vulnerable to lightning.
Oh, wait. So you have something from me and something from Tara?
And something from Misha.
Oh, maybe you are a problem then.
What?
A lot of my sisters, myself included, do not like to mix the mortals we interfere with. There's a lot of jealousy and other driving forces.
So
Should I bring up the fact that I have been healed by Kotera?
Yeah.
We might be getting knowledge from Leho.
yeah, like let's lay it out there. This is actually really funny.
It's all out on the table.
Yeah.
Do you say that to him?
Yeah.
You've also been healed by Kotera, and you're talking to Leho in general.
Well, more our friend Tequila, but we were all there.
Oh my.
Is it really this
Look.
bad? Yeah.
It really just depends. It depends, because that alone is like not necessarily a war causing issue, you know? However, if you became a champion of any of those fairies, then we'd probably have an issue, because then you're a champion of a fairy and receiving help from other fairies.
Good thing
Well, I
we don't have
wasn't
any
planning
champions
to
of the
be a
fairy in our party.
champion.
Okay.
Oh,
that's
well.
good.
Good
Yeah,
thing
I
none of
wasn't
those are
planning to
here.
be anybody's champion. We have a friend who's a champion in our crew.
I'm sorry. What?
We've got to break her
Of
all
who?
lane.
Kotera?
Kotera has a champion.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. I have more pieces of the puzzle. If the champion of Phasia discovers that Kotera has a champion, her first move, without a doubt, I am not the fairy of strategy, but her first move, without a doubt, would be to tell Terra, 'cause Terra would be furious and want her own. Terra is our eldest sister. She wants to be the most powerful. She wants to be the most kind as well. But she will forego that for anger, if need be. Does that make sense? Am I clear?
Yeah.
Terra will want a champion of her own. If Terra has a champion, I mean, that champion would simply be so powerful. I can't even fathom the power that they would have being Terra's champion.
You think, Isha would be? I don't know that she is yet, but, think she'd become Terra's champion?
Maybe she would.
Oh no no no.
Which wouldn't be good. Because she doesn't really like us right now.
Especially not me.
Well, yeah.
Tara might be the fairy of like natural disasters or something.
Yeah.
Incredibly bad. So.
Jenna's just like, I'm here to give Inari more trauma.
Your hand in trouble. Because you guys are, if that were the case.
Yeah, this is and we'll have to convene the Inari Lorhanen Council to figure out our next move here. So then Tara would get her own champion. Would any of the others then like does it just become like a whole back and forth sort of thing, or?
It really does. That's what the problem is the impact it has on. Because, have you met Keisha yet?
No.
No? Okay. We can hope for as much as we can that Keisha does not find out that more and more of our sisters are obtaining champions.
And
because Keisha has sort of a belief that she deserves the most influence over her domain, love, beauty, love, most importantly. I don't know what she'd do, necessarily, if she found out that her sisters were involving themselves too much with, but I fear that she would revoke her involvement with mortals.
I mean,
Not be good. Emotionally not good. I mean, it's not like she'd cause a natural but, no, let's not go there.
it already feels like she's revoked her blessings of love, to be honest, so I think, who knows, maybe she already does know. I kid. But, okay. So we need to worry about Phazia, because Phazia will tell Tara, and then Cassia, or Kasia. I always... how do you...
K-A-Y-S-A.
K-A-Y. Okay, Kesa. Okay, that makes sense. And then Kesa would get upset. Kesa would want her own champion, or she would leave. And that would be really bad emotionally. Like, are there any other siblings of yours we should be worried about? Like all of them?
Nisha would just go away, and so nobody would have any protection boons. Kasia would revoke love, potentially. Leiho's involved. Leiho is, no, she's a wild card. I don't know. Nobody's spoken to her in years.
Love, like, as a concept? Like, love, like, as a concept? Like, nobody's gonna be in love, period?
I know how to ruin a wedding.
So true, bestie.
I myself, depending on what my sisters do, I would have to retaliate in some ways. You understand, of course. And then Tara, well, yeah, she'd probably obtain a champion, and send her champion after the champions of the fairies. And all those who've interfered and led her to be less powerful.
I'm thinking through the ways this could go. Lorhanen Isha showdown ?
This is very good.
It's so gay. Okay. Alright. So not great. That's hard. This is really bad news on like multiple fronts. This is not good. Do you, by chance, we found out our friend. How much do you know about Yiga hierarchy? Like, generally. Like, have you ever heard of the prophetess? I mean, you've been in the bag for a little while, so I don't know
no familiarity.
Alright.
Unless she dies.
I mean, we're planning on that. Hope maybe. We'll see. Bless up if so.
Zahn died.
Oh yeah, Zahn died. Have you heard of a man named Zahn? At all?
Yes. Passed at your hand.
Yeah, that was me. Do you understand? Did he have any connections to any of the Great Fairies, or like, do you have any understanding of his background?
I do not know of if he would have.
Okay.
His lifespan occurred while I was in the canteen.
Okay. I just wanted to double check, but okay. So, one, prevent the entire eastern seaboard of Hyrule from flooding and killing untold amounts of people. That is like priority number 1, and then priority number
Destroying
2.
civilizations, yes.
Yeah, and then priority number 2 is like explaining this entire messed up interconnection between all the Great Fairies to our friends, so we can prepare for whatever may come of that.
All I'll say is be careful of how you interact with fairies. Be careful of how you talk to them and what you tell them and any deals you make with them for anything that they may bestow upon you. Because other fairies will may or may not like the interactions, the results of the interactions that you have, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, if it matters, I've only been connecting with you, Dad, so no need to worry about it. I'm still cool.
I mean, we are forever connected. You are my offspring.
So true.
That I found out about just a few weeks ago.
I know, but it's basically like we've, always... No. Anyway, this feels really odd. I think we should need to
Well, if there's
go.
nothing else for me, I should probably return.
You gotta go on vacation.
So I need to relax.
Yeah, it's all about
Feel the
relaxing.
steam.
Yeah, clear the nose and just take deep breaths, do some deep breathing exercises.
Stretch.
Yeah, you didn't get to do that a lot in the canteen, so yeah, work on that. But
All right.
we'll head
Well,
out.
farewell. Thank you for the visit. And he descends back into his grotto.
Oh boy.
After that, during that conversation, let's pan over to mining gang. How about it? So, you guys are spending the whole day mining,
Roughly. Yes.
correct?
Yeah.
Okay. There are 3 of you.
I'm as soon as it cuts back, I'm telling Ionia. So then, when the waiter comes and says, "Okay, Mr. Rito,
I hate it here.
time for your payment after your meal," the Rito says, "Put it on my bill."
I hate this fucking Discord. I hate this fucking Discord.
Yeah, right?
Between this and the
this
foot thing, oh my
dorky.
gosh.
I feel like nobody gets that one.
How
Oh
could
my
I
God.
not?
Right.
Thanks for
Lorhan
playing,
is
Lydia.
trying so hard to analyze what is happening here. But also, she's just like, no, we need to do this mining thing. That is the only thing that matters right now.
So, I'm trying to think of how I would do this.
Enhanceability, which is pretty sweet.
Yes.
Right. So, I will say
Two strongest people decide not to come. So that's fun.
that's probably 8 hours spent mining. So, I probably I don't know how to do it. I don't have something for you guys obtaining ore in mass. I just have for each deposit.
Can you like expand those by 10 or something, or like blow them up by some sort of flat amount?
Yeah. I'd probably do something like that, yeah. So what I'll have you do so that we can actually utilize the enhanceability, I'm going to have you guys make perception checks. Yeah. At advantage using enhanced ability to see if you locate a regular ore deposit or a rare ore deposit, because I do have 2 different tables.
Okay. So how many times do we roll? Just once, or?
Yeah, let's just do 1 for each of you. Perception at advantage.
Perception at advantage. Got it.
Because I'm assuming you're using the enhanced ability.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
it's a good thing this is at advantage. I only have rolled a...
Although, we only
Like we pick one skill, like, or one, like, ability.
Yeah, I was thinking we do like full strength 10 times. So I feel like just
I
flat.
see. So yeah, just give me your perception checks then. I only
Yeah.
did that.
We also both rolled the high one on our.
Yeah. We both got 23s.
Wow. Okay. You guys will both roll on the rare table. I only... Go ahead, give me D100 rolls with advantage, because I'm going to say you're using strength then, and it'll be at advantage.
Okay. Fingers crossed. Can I add any sort of bardic to this, or is it not a regular roll? So you wouldn't allow it.
It's not a regular roll. It's just it's a table. At
Did you say-
advantage.
At advantage.
Oh, okay. Jesus Christ. Okay, 32.
Okay. Lorhannon.
Ah!
All right. Let's do this. I mean, is it going to be boring if we do this 8 times?
No, I like gambling.
I like gambling too. I don't think this is boring.
This is great.
All right. I'm gonna. Okay.
Aquila hasn't done shit in like an hour, but like we'll get to it soon.
Sorry, game.
Like we can roll in the background, like.
Don't worry about
if
it. Don't
we
worry about it.
Decide what we'll do. Like we can just roll in the background while Aquila does actual goals.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
don't worry
okay.
about it, because like the magic item thing, like I don't know.
I want to get to that. I do. I'm saving it for last. So.
Well, I was going to suggest that like maybe if we just say that like I dedicate all day to this, and then like you and I can just like off to the side do it, so that we don't use everyone else's time. Or do we need
No.
something? Okay, something's going to go on.
Oh
It's gonna happen.
yes. Oh yes.
I mean, it depends on how you do it, but it could be very interesting.
Oh, good.
So we're gonna actually do that in the session. But I guess then you guys can utilize the like 5 enhanced abilities. So I guess go ahead and roll 4 more D100s. Keep track of this. Like just give me your numbers at
Yep.
the end. 4 more D100s at advantage, and then 3 straight ones.
Okay.
Does that
four
make
more-
sense?
Should I do them in Roll20 or just like on Google or something?
How-
So
how-
just
however
do
you-
that.
However you want to do it, but just keep track and then give me the D100
Physical
like
dice,
numbers.
baby.
Yeah, give me the D100 numbers.
Physical dice. Okay, I'm gonna do Google.
That's fine. At the end, okay? So you guys do that,
Yeah.
and then I will roll for Ionia, and you guys will get additional gems, but she did not roll rare ore deposits, so she's going to be on the regular ore deposit table.
Okay,
Um,
so 4 at advantage, 3 regular.
Yeah, including this one. So, like, Lydian, you got a 32, and Lorhannon, you...
So 32 is our first one of 4.
Yeah, of 5. So
5.
4 more.
Okay,
'Cause
so
there's 10 charges. You're each going to use 5 for an hour of mining with enhanced ability, and then you'll
Yeah.
be out of charges. So then 3 more to total
3
8
more.
hours.
Okay. Sure,
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So you guys can get rolling. Meanwhile, Aquila, back at the stable
Oh no.
with LG, and how are you feeling? Like you finally, you're fully rested now. You have all of these parts. How are you feeling before you start?
It's time to get to work. This is what we've been building for. I've basically come extremely far from just like being someone who is just scrapping dead guardians in my backyard to I am now have ancient technology that could be used to save Hyrule.
Yeah. So how far from the stable are you going?
Ooh, I think we should go. Well, I guess the question is there any hills that I could hide behind that I could shield a blast from?
There is. I would say, when you were flying over the lake, there was a old homestead that was burnt down. There was just like the remains of it. Further like south of the path from the stable, and there is a hillside that separates that from the stable. So probably going there would be a good bet, and perhaps perhaps you find even like a decent surface to work too. So you
Sounds good.
trek, 10 minutes or so down the path, and and LG following tow. Your bag of all these parts and everything. You get set up, and what do you do?
I am going to. Well, I'm gonna stare hopelessly at LG for a second.
LG stares back.
I have no idea how this tool works. Do you have any guidance at all that you want to provide?
LG reaches a claw, like one of their tri-claws up, balancing on the back too. Kind of like grips, like, makes like a little grabby claw motion.
I will
Holds it outstretched.
hand them the tool.
LG grasps it in their three-pronged claw and just kind of like mimics poking and twisting with it. And then passes it back to you.
Great. Awesome. Thank you. I feel this the energy coming off the tool, as if it wants to tell me something. Right? That's what the description's saying.
Yes.
I'm not the first to receive this item from you, am I, LG?
LG gives you kind of a series of noises that are kind of like high and low, like sliding into like the different notes, and it's kind of you get the sense of like, well, kind of.
That's the worst possible answer, LG. Was it someone we know? Or have heard of?
Just a flat no from LG. Wait, actually, yeah, LG would have, yeah. So LG gives a yes.
Like someone we know personally, or a historical figure, someone we've heard of from a friend of a friend?
It's hard to give yes or no answers when you ask questions that are this.
One whistle, former, two ladder.
One whistle.
Oh.
And then a couple like chirps. Also, like there's more to
Okay,
say,
man.
but you can't.
All right, fine. I'm ignoring this now, and I'm now focusing on taking the tool in my hand. And can I like look it over? Is there slots or buttons or any sort of interface I can see on the outside of it?
Give me I think you've already made a check for this sort of thing before, actually. So I'll just tell you. It has like a sort of bit on the end that you recognize as being like inverse to forms you've seen on ancient parts. So it looks like it can be. You get the sense that you can use it to combine ancient parts together.
Interesting. I will just, as an experiment, try to connect two screws together by the tops of their heads.
You fuse the two together.
I want to see if I can unfuse them now. Like, can I like try to apply the tool again to see if it will break them apart?
They do not come apart.
Hmm. Oh boy.
I like the music for this. I like that it's like the
Yeah.
Eldin music. I think it works.
Okay.
I was gonna change to Tech Lab, but I decided to keep it.
This is good.
This is interesting. Okay. I am going to. Oh, we only have one of them. Oh. Oh no, we don't. Okay. I'm going to take a pair of Ice Key's wings out, and I'm going to attempt to connect a monster part to a guardian part and see what happens.
Okay. Can you please roll me a D100?
Oh no. 48.
You use the tool to sort of fuse the ice key swing to the two screws that you had already put together, and as they connect, they do connect, but from the object suddenly there is a burst of necrotic energy. You and LG each take 5 necrotic damage. So you were both within 10 feet of it.
What the fuck is this thing
The-
doing?
Parts come apart. And now there are 2 individual screws and 1 probably like limp ice key swing.
I'll put the ice key wing away. Okay. Is this gonna happen for everything that's not a guardian part that I attach to these? I will say to LG.
LG goes,
What do you know about this thing, LG?
LG kind of like indignified goes off on a little tirade that you're all too familiar with. Sort of like an indignified like.
Alright, so can I look at my all-purpose tool? Does it look like it's a combination of guardian parts then?
So your all-purpose tool has an attachment that is the ancient tool.
Okay.
Basically, it's one object that LG made for you, and so like yes, it is made of guardian like Sheikah parts. Like it looks like the Sheikah.
Like
Sort of.
it's the actual parts. It's not like they haven't been like melted down and then reforged as something else. It is I could if I wanted to and had a lot of effort, I could take this apart to its prerequisite parts.
Give me an investigation check.
It's a 26.
You can sort of tell like potentially what parts were utilized in making this, partially because you know what parts you fed LG, but they have kind of become something else. It's not as simple as, oh, you can just take it apart. It's sort of like they have fused together in such a specific way that they are one object now, inseparable.
Okay. But they are still the base objects. Like obviously they have a higher purpose now, but like a gear wasn't melted down and turned into like a plate or something like that.
Kind of was. Kind
Okay.
of like in that sense, it kind of
Okay,
is.
so it's not just fusing. It's more advanced than that.
Yes.
Okay. Oh man. what sort of knowledge spells do I have
Ooh.
available to myself right
I
now?
also need you, sorry, to make a wisdom saving throw. From,
Oh,
yeah.
am I gonna accidentally hypnotize myself into like a trance? That's a big 12.
Okay. um, Despite, how, like, the outcome, there is undoubtedly a tangible thrill that crafting with this tool gives you, and you want to do more.
That is. Do I recognize this, or am I just consumed by it?
You feel it, like, deep within.
Okay. I don't like that. Wait a second. Hold on. Do I feel that in me, or do I feel that in the thing? LG, is this thing alive as well?
LG, unable to give you a straight answer today, goes off on another explanatory type of thing.
Okay,
It's sort of both. Like, you are connected to this.
Okay. Can I try thinking to the device?
What
Like
do
I
you
will,
think?
I will think like, can you hear me?
You do not get any kind of intelligent outside response back.
Okay, I will think I want to make something.
That, like, same kind of tangible thrill, like, kind of boils up inside of you again.
That
And
is,
you want to fuse more.
I don't like this. I don't want to just like. I'm gonna try fusing multiple screws and see if like it's more than mere fusing that happens. Like, does something else happen after I fuse them together?
How many screws are you fusing together?
I'll fuse 5.
On the first two that you fuse together, please roll a d100 and make me a wisdom saving throw.
I don't know. I'm very scared right now.
What's going on?
That's a big 2 on the D100.
Oh. Oh
2.
no.
Okay. What's your wisdom save?
I'm gonna bump that to a 21.
We really,
Okay.
we really used all the D100 luck on the
Yeah.
day.
The two screws that you fuse together, once fully connected, emit a blinding flash of light. I need you, and I will also LG dexterity, please.
Is this gonna make like a guardian explosion? Because if that happens, that's actually hilarious. The 20 on my dex save.
It's a blinding flash of light, but you shield your eyes in time. LG, can LG be blinded? Hold on, I need to see if that's a
Well, he's a
condition.
guardian, right? So if he gets hit in the eye with a crit,
From light. Let me see.
from light, I don't know.
It doesn't say. So, LG, the like light, the blue light in their eye, kind of like goes very bright, and LG kind of like stumbles back and is looking around and like scream chirping like.
All right. There's already been
And
an
the two
2
screws,
explosions.
the two screws unattach.
Okay. So I guess I did. I guess I did good enough before, and now I did not, and now they just don't connect. Shall we up the ante here? What? I'm going to take out a giant ancient core.
Okay. LG gets visibly excited.
This is
After a
some
minute passes,
serious
at least.
business.
A minute passes, LG regains vision. Their blue light goes back to a normal brightness. They see the giant ancient core and they get visibly excited.
Well, maybe I should just do a normal ancient core. Yeah, I have an idea. I'm going to do a normal ancient core. I'm going to try and screw together a gear, a screw, and an ancient core to try and make some sort of like gear engine.
Okay. You do fuse all 3 items together.
Okay. Have they changed at all? Or is it just it's 3 items connected?
They are 3 items connected.
I will try to think to the tool. I want to make something, but I don't know how. I need guidance.
You just get an urge to fuse more items to this.
Okay. Let's do. Fuck it. Let's just throw 3 of each in. 3 springs, 3 screws, 3 gears, 3 shafts, 3 cores.
So you do this one at a time. That's the thing. Your tool can only connect 2 things together at a time. So how many things are you trying to fuse together? You have 1 item that has 3 things. How many additional items are you putting on there?
Well, I guess that would be. It would be 13 additional items.
Okay. The first item that you try to connect, I need you to roll a d100 and make me a wisdom saving throw.
That is
Oh
an
my
additional
God.
2. Another 2 on the D100.
Oh my god.
And your wisdom save?
Big 7.
The item, once again, emits a blinding flash of light. Please give me a dexterity saving throw. LG will also be making another dexterity saving throw. LG goes blind again.
Okay, I get a 13.
You are alright though. You shield your eyes once again as it does the exact same thing. And so like now, you know, you successfully fuse 3 things together and though you are, I guess, you still want to keep fusing things. I'm going to send. You just kind of feel more of an urge to just keep doing things, like keep using this tool.
Oh, that's great. That's good stuff. That is no. Science gang, we might be in trouble. We may be in
Has
extreme.
science gone too far?
We may be meddling where man was not meant to meddle.
Hmm.
Okay. I'm going to fuse something, and I am going to. If I am forced to make a wisdom saving throw, I'm going to choose to fail.
Okay. What are you fusing?
I'm going to fuse another core.
To what?
To an ancient shaft.
They go together.
I feel like cores are good to as fusing bases.
I don't understand why though. It's just like I'm connecting. It's like I've welded 2 things together. Great. Now what? I will try a gear to that same core that now has the shaft attached to it.
Go ahead and roll a d100, and I guess you automatically fail your wisdom save.
That is a 1.
Oh my gosh!
The worst result possible.
Two.
Not necessarily.
Holy shit.
The
That is
as you connect this to the other two, sparks begin to fly as the device sort of like malfunctions almost. You take. I need to find. Oh,
You're paying for the 298s and a 99.
I don't believe this.
You take
out of,
3
out of the
lightning
past
damage.
300. I'm lagging.
Yeah. Sorry. Am I lagging?
I don't think you're fine. It's just Matt.
Okay. Anyway, you take 3 lightning damage. The parts come back apart. And I guess you are choosing to fail.
That is correct.
The
Yes.
wisdom save. All right. I want to. Oh, is it slash? Yes.
Oh my god.
Out of the past 300, he rolled 5.
Again, am I aware of that this is happening, or is this just like this happens and Akila is not aware of it?
You kind of feel. It feels sort of like almost like an addiction almost.
Right.
Like you're like,
Yeah.
it's compulsive. Like you are becoming and more obsessed.
Okay. Alright, I need something then. I can't just do shit like this. I need something to base it off of. Alright, I will reluctantly put down the tool for now and return to camp then.
As you try to put down the tool, it like there's like a moment of hesitation that you don't feel like came from yourself, but you do put the tool down.
Well, I mean, I have to pick it up to take it back to camp anyway, so we'll just go back to camp.
It's almost like you're getting like some sort of interference from a creature that wants to be made, but like whenever you do or don't follow those certain blueprints, then you kind of feel like the repercussions of it.
I will actually no. Before I go back to camp, I'm gonna cast Detect Magic as a ritual on it.
On the
Tool.
Please send detect magic so I can give accurate information.
This is the best I have. What I would do for a legend lore spell.
Don't you have identified?
I do. Is
Maybe
that
a little better. There might be a little better here.
I mean, it is magic.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I'll do both. I'll do Detect
Okay.
Magic first, and then Identify.
Yeah, I mean, it's magic. There's not really a school of magic affiliated with it, just because it is a magic item. It doesn't have a spell.
Probably should have done this first, but we live and learn, science gang.
We're not magic gang. It's science.
Exactly.
So-
Exactly.
What do I want to? What should I say?
How to use it. It says how to use it, so you gotta tell 'em.
Yep.
I think generally, Akila knows how to use. Well,
But
I guess
no,
not
I
what
don't.
it's
Shut
used
up.
for, ultimately. Yeah, sorry. Jenna, go ahead.
So I'm just trying to I'm reading my thing, and I'm also trying to read what I want to say from it, because I want to answer the questions that are in the spell, and I don't want to reveal stuff that isn't part of the spell. You learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement to use, how many charges it has, spells, if it was created by a spell, Okay, so it's just the properties and how to use them. This tool is used to assemble and create magic items. And this is kind of along the lines of what Leho had told you. You need to follow a schematic in order to do this. And casting identify on this item, you get the sense that the item, there's almost, it's not that it's a creature, but there's almost a sentience to it. And it doesn't like it when you just combine two parts without intention. And when that happens, not by the tools doing, but there is a chance that something unexpected can happen. Similarly, if you fail to follow a schematic correctly, there's the same likelihood. There is some kind of connection that you have this tool to something. And the more that you combine things out intention, the more that you don't follow a schematic or make mistakes, the stage of effect of this connection shifts.
Alright then, well I will just go back to camp then, because I do not have any schematics.
So, after spending some time blinding LG and dealing necrotic damage, lightning damage to yourself, you return to camp as let's end the note here on what ore we received
Yes.
from the two that were rolling on the rare table.
So, Jenna, I'll have the sheet of holding in front of me, and I'll add any things. I have some Excel formulas up to basically calc how much money we got from our haul today.
Okay. All right. So, I guess hit me with whoever wants to go do whatever. Hit me with them,
Lorhan,
and I will.
you start.
Yeah, I'll go first. So I got a 36,
3 amber,
a 47,
4 opal,
a 58,
5 opal,
a 99,
2 diamond,
a 51,
3 opal,
a 98,
5 diamond,
Holy shit!
Let's fucking go!
a 69,
1 topaz,
and a 44.
4 amber.
No, we don't have to worry about resurrections being an issue anymore.
Okay. Cool. We made a total of about 5,000 rupees from that. We're gonna need a lot more.
Oh, baby.
All right, Jenna, ready for mine?
I'm ready.
Okay, 32.
2 amber,
64.
5 topaz,
53.
2 opal,
82.
4 sapphire,
Clutch. 85.
3 sapphire,
Okay, and then for my straight rolls, I got 98.
Jesus, 6 diamond,
Oh,
Oh, it's
52.
over.
5 opal,
And 93 is my last roll.
4 diamond.
these rolls are so cracked. Like,
Okay, we
four
have
open.
so we have with all that, we have 15,000. So we only need $4 more thousand for the suits, for all the suits.
I
What
can
does Ionia give
roll
us?
for Ionia. Hang on.
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
'cause
Oh,
Ionia also has
true.
8 rolls too.
She has 8 rolls. They're all straight though.
Man, we're about to get
Yeah,
money.
but they're all
And
straight
the
and they're
less
not on the
than
rare
one.
table.
Oh yes.
Okay,
They're not-
good point. Good point.
We're about to get enough money for these suits, and then Inari and Natara are about to show up and be like, "Hey guys, it's a funny
We gotta
story."
leave. Guys, we gotta
No,
leave.
I feel like we can
It's
get
a
the
very-
Bogies. We can get the things from Bogey and the gang, and then go save Zor. Like we don't isn't as long as we get the teleporter.
Here's
that's
Ionia.
what's important. Go ahead.
Here's Ionia. You guys don't have time to you're not discussing this. That'll be next time.
Right.
Ionia is 2 topaz,
Okay.
2 opal, 6. Wait, was it 25? 6 rock salt, 2 nothing. 4 opal, 1 rock salt, 2 rock salt, and 2 flint.
Okay. Because of the fucking like concoction recipe for the noble pursuit, we now have 18.8 rock salt. Because we had to take bits and pieces off for the salting the rim. Anyway, so we have now 16,000 pretty much flat.
Holy shit!
So plus our 700 regular groupies gives us 16.7 thousand. Got a little bit more.
Alright. Yeah. Man, that enhanceability Akil.
Yeah, that was great. You
I
have any
felt
more of that
so
stuff?
bad.
Imagine if we had Inari and Natara.
Oh.
I
also.
know.
Yeah.
We would have
Yeah, I
blown
couldn't
past it.
break.
And so, after a day of mining and experimenting,
There's gold in them hills.
what's that?
I was just remembering, there's gold in them there hills.
Yeah. And wading across a shallow, steamy lake to speak to strange great fairy fathers and wading back. All of you reconvene. Akila has already been here for a while because she did not spend most of her day. I mean, unless there was something else you were doing, Akila, during the day.
No.
You all reconvene safely back at Foothill Stable, and that is where we will pick up next time. Now that you have some gems, some fears about the state of other areas of Hyrule, and questions about mysterious given to you by a mysterious friend.